Howdy, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome.
I'm back. Made it from Texas.
Jesse's back.
Survived.
We got him back.
No tornadoes. No nothing.
Thank goodness.
I did hear thunder one time. That was good. I got a thunder.
Was it a big one?
It was pretty big. It was funny because I was listening to thunderstorm noises that I fell asleep to. And then I woke up because there was a real thunder. And I was like, oh, it was a real thunder. So I turned off my thunderstorm noises and I listened to the rain outside for a little bit.
You're like, oh, I don't actually need this
I need this. It's
YouTube
like
video right now because it's
actual
actually happening. It's
Weird.
so funny.
But yeah.
Thank you guys for your patience. Sorry we are a little bit late. Our camera would not connect to the computer,
No, everything's being weird.
which really sucks. But the good thing is we purchased a brand new high-tech GoPro.
Yeah.
So the wonky one that we've been using, we will hopefully not have these issues anymore because we got a brand new camera and we got the Creator Edition with a better microphone and a light and a tripod handle battery combo for our travel show that we are starting. So we officially pulled the trigger and got our filming set up,
Yep.
which is so cool. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm also excited because hopefully we will be able to connect the camera way easier on Wednesday and every day therefore afterwards. So this one has just been going out. Like sometimes it's okay and sometimes it just won't do its job. It has one job, be a camera, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what's happening.
I don't know, but it
But
doesn't
this
matter.
time, I don't even think it was the camera. I think the program was just being weird because it was like the program just wasn't seeing the camera. It would turn on and it'd be like your camera's connected, and then I'd go to like show the preview, and there was just nothing. There's just no preview. It's like, okay, well, this sucks.
Yeah, that's what happened
I
on
got it.
Monday when I was trying to connect it. It took quite a while for me to get it, and it just wasn't even showing the preview. I was like, come on, man.
Lame.
But it's okay because hopefully the new one works even better. We might have more clarity in
Ooh.
our camera because it is the Hero 11.
Yeah. You'll
Which
be
is
able
good.
to see all my wrinkles a little bit better. That's nice. That's lucky for all of you.
Yeah, this one
Good.
that we're using right now is the 8, which a couple years ago when we got it, it was, pretty decent. But technology has not made it less anymore. So I'm hoping this
They
new
don't do
one
that
is going to
anymore.
be better. And I'm legitimately very excited about starting the travel show. So now we have what we need. I did some research into it. And it seems like this camera is going to be the best traveling camera. And I got the extra battery thing, which is going to be good. So I don't have to fucking worry about that shit. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Hi, Jed.
Jed,
hello.
what's up, buddy? I love you. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, I'm so happy that you're here. How was your trip to Vegas, by the way?
Yeah.
Because last week you had just got back, but like, did you do anything super fun? What was the deal? Did you have a great time?
Yeah.
I hope you did.
What'd you do? Did you gamble? Did you win? I know you golfed things. Did you hit those balls hard? Hard hitting balls?
It was epic good.
Epic.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Good.
You got to hang out with the Roxy Gun crew? I bet you did. I know you were hanging out with RJ whenever we were doing our stream. That was really cute of you to pop in, even though you're like busy doing other stuff. It was very sweet. I really appreciated it. It was nice.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hanging with RJ, so I can't come in, but just want to say hi. Like, that was very kind. Thanks for thinking of us.
Totally.
You're a great mod and just a great friend in general. Thank you. And look, you have the little first next to your name on the chat because you
Number
have
one.
been number one
Number one mod.
forever. It's great.
First mod.
It's fucking great. Thank you. We appreciate you.
You rapped on stream.
Oh, were you on the stream? I didn't even know you're on RGP stream or RJ stream. You rapped? Did you Ice Ice Baby? What'd you do? Or did you get all Tupac on us? Like, what'd you do? Oh my God, I didn't even know.
Yeah. No, we missed that.
God damn it. You should have told me you were going to do the thing. And I would have tried my hardest to arrange things to pop in at the very least. Gosh,
Yeah.
I didn't
At
even
least
know.
be there for a minute.
Killing me, Smalls. But I'm so glad that you had a great time. That makes me really happy
Yeah.
that you went and got to hang out with your friends. And that's the best. So, good. Welcome back. Dusty's back. Chid's back. Everyone's back.
We're all back. Back on track.
Oh, good. It's on the VOD. Okay. I will definitely check that out. For sure.
Okay. Deal.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I'm so glad that that everybody's here tonight. This is good. We got a few folks hanging out.
Got a few. Got some lurkers.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Rabbit?
Says rabbits in there.
I've been missing Rabbit so much, and I see it's in there. I see your name. That's so cool. I hope that you are, in fact, here, Rabbit, because I've been thinking about you a lot, and I adore you.
Well,
And I love having all you wonderful peoples in here. Fucking cool. Good. We are back in action.
yeah.
All right. This is good. It was fun doing, having Tavia on the stream. That was good.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I was glad I got to pop in at the end of that. That was good.
yeah, that was really cool. Even when you're out and about gallivanting around,
Gallivanting.
you're gallivanting. You still
Yeah.
came in. That's awesome. You and Chid both gallivanting, popping in. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And yeah, Wednesday, I'm sorry to stress everybody out. I was planning on streaming, but realized Dusty was flying in at like 7:30 is when he thought he was flying in.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, all right, well, I don't want him to have to get a $40 Uber home. That's dumb. And then if he did, I would just be sitting here streaming and he just flew in a plane and wouldn't feel like it. So I wanted to get to spend some time with him. So we went out and had dinner and everything. So it was nice. It was a worthy night off of doing it. But I did miss you guys for sure. And I'm sorry to worry any of you. Did not mean to worry anybody.
It was my fault.
It's all your fault.
I made her do it.
No, it made more sense.
Yeah. Definitely.
So, oh, Pluto's coming in.
You coming in, guy?
You get ready to hear all the loud purring. It's going to be great. ASMR, kitty ASMR, coming at you, I bet.
Yeah.
I guarantee it any moment now. Oh, look at this fluff ball. He's so fucking cute. Oh,
Don't leave. Why are you leaving?
he's trying to leave.
Come here. Don't leave. You have to say hi to everyone.
Yeah, say hi to our friends. Look, right
Everyone loves you.
here. Oh. I know, right? He's just so cute.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, now you can.
Do whatever you want, buddy.
You should hang out though. That'd be fun.
Yes, he's a good lap cat.
Sometimes.
Oh, there's the purring. Cue the purring.
Yeah.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
He is a large cat. He's pretty large.
He is, dude. Oh, what's up, Harry? You know, he's very, very
Oh.
fluffy, for sure. He's a very fluffy dude.
Yeah. Also, hello, Harry.
Hello.
Nice to
We're
see you.
happy you're here.
Yeah.
Just another guy named Harry. There's a couple Harrys, so you are
another-
just another guy.
Just another guy
And Harry.
named Harry.
Happy to have you. Oh, show.
Well, in here, you're the only guy named Harry.
Yeah, at this moment. You are the only one.
As far as I know.
Unless there's like 7 other Harrys in
Yeah,
there,
there's
which
like
would
a-
be like weird.
All the Twitch bots' names
That
are
was
Harry.
So yeah, so we are doing some weird news tonight.
Yeah.
Are you guys excited
I'm ready. I'm excited.
about some weird news?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna get my fix.
Oh man, where do we even start?
You're the spare. You're not the spare.
No, you're number one Harry.
Hey, every Harry needs a backup, so it's always a very important job. Maybe you're the Harriest.
Yes, 100%. Okay, so shit, where do we even start tonight? I don't even know what we want to start with.
I don't know.
There's so many options of things to cover. Should we do sciencey stuff? Should we do scary thing to get it out of the way?
Let's start with science and work our way towards the scary.
Okay, that sounds good.
I don't want to run Chid off right at the very beginning.
I guess that's true. Okay. Let's talk about dinosaurs.
Sick. Okay. I like
Yup.
dinosaurs.
There is a 95 million year old near complete dinosaur skull. Is the first of its kind in Australia.
What? No way, really?
True story. It's a true fucking story. And it says, no doubt a sight for sore eyes.
Okay, that was good. I like that.
Oh yeah, the big beaver. You sent me a link. Send me a link to an article about it because I got the image, which is fucking hilarious, and we're gonna talk about the giant beaver. Guarantee you. But if you can find a link, otherwise I can Google it in a little bit. I can do that. Look at this guy though.
He's
This fucking
happy.
guy.
Okay, that's
He's so
good.
cute.
He looks happy.
I hate how the I fucking love science has this whole it's like
I
a third
know.
of the whole thing. It's
I
very
don't know
annoying.
why it does that. Will it shrink? Can we shrink it?
No,
It won't shrink at
I
all.
don't think so.
Because sometimes it'll shrink logos like that. Oh, that makes the words little.
I can't fucking read that shit. I got the old eyes.
Is that okay size?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. Make
Okay.
it a little bit better.
Okay, yeah, that
Yeah,
is a
that's
little bit
annoying.
better. I'm like,
Yeah. Or what if you do the
Kinda
large
weird.
screen so we can only see that? Would it be terrible? Don't have to, I guess.
okay, I could do that. Okay, Harry says, when I was a kid and was in the mood for weird news, our school got a Ripley's Believe It or Not style magazine once a month with weird and unusual news. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I think
Nice.
I actually remember that magazine with all the weird stuff in it. I think that's pretty cool.
Ripley's Believe It or Not magazine. Okay. We used to get the Weekly Reader. Weekly Reader? I think that's what it was called.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I used
It
to
was
love
like a
that
little-
stuff. As
Little
kids.
elementary school tabloid.
well, that's cool. You know what? Weird news. Now we have a lot more access to news, as far as with the internet and everything. So it makes it a lot easier. We're not just limited to the news that they share with us. Which at the time, that's what we had to work with. It was great, but now it's so cool because there's so much weird shit happening, and you just gotta find it. So it's great. So this creature that was found is a large sauropod, which are my personal favorite kinds of dinosaurs. The
This is
gentle
true.
giants. I love them. And it lived in Australia almost 100 million fucking years ago, dude.
Wow. That's a long time.
Yes. So it's the. Okay, let me see if I can pronounce this. Dimantinosaurus. I think I got that. Which honestly, I haven't heard of that kind of dinosaur before.
I said it was a new one, right? Said first
well-
of its kind.
The finding the skull intact, I think, was the first of its kind as far as finding this thing is what I gathered. So it says it is one of the most primitive titanosaurs, which are the best sauropods because they're fucking massive.
Yep.
So this was like before the titanosaurs that we know and love, that we have more recent times actually discovered, which is great.
This is true.
So that's pretty fucking awesome. So here is diagram of the skull, which is pretty fucking neato, I think.
Sick.
Yes. So they did a CAT scan on the skull fragments. The skull is around 19.6 inches long, and it shows most of the left side of the head through the though the right side is mainly missing. And the bones were found in 2018, but they're now, I guess, doing all the research on it, which is really cool. And they say it is rare to find the skull of a sauropod. Despite being made up of 6 individuals, the Patagonian, which is the big titanosaur, currently on display at the Natural History Museum in London, had to have a replica head based on similar species, as no real head of a Patagonian had ever been found.
Patagotitan.
Yep, Patagotitan. Yep, you are correct.
Yeah.
Yep. So we saw a titanosaur in New York,
Yeah.
and it
That was huge.
fucking massive. Obviously, of course, it was mainly a replica, they found certain bones and were able to scale it up based on the size of the leg bones. So it wasn't a full skeleton by any means, but they were like, this is how big this fucker would have been. But that's pretty cool that there is also a Titanosaur in London's Natural History Museum. I might have to go hit that up.
Definitely.
Go see the fucking dinosaur. That sounds great.
Yeah.
So let's see here. So this is the Titanosaur exhibition.
And as I understand it, that whole thing of incomplete skeletons, that's a big problem with the biggest dinosaurs. You tend to only find bits and bobs. So we've got this wonderful replica here. Are the casts made from the bones of just one specimen, or is it a combination of several? How did you build such a complete model?
Yeah, it's actually known from 6 different individuals. So there's 6 different individual specimens that went into fitting all the bones together and building the cast. And actually, none of them have a head. So the head is based on closely related dinosaurs. So sometimes we have to fill in bits. But actually, we almost never find complete dinosaurs in the fossil record. It's incredibly rare. Mostly, we'll just find a bit of a dinosaur, a bit of a leg bone, just a few bones here and there.
Where does the rest of it go? Is what I want to know.
That's what I was wondering, because like it would seem, it makes sense with smaller animals because they're going to be picked apart and eaten by things, and like their bones are going to get scattered around. But these things are giant, and what other animal is going to be able to move those bones around while they're picking all the meat off of them? Like, what scavengers are going to be able to get rid?
I've thought about that.
move
Like, those
along?
leg bones are really big. Like,
They're
why
real
would you
big.
not find 4 legs at the
they're-
very least, you
And
know?
they're heavy.
And a rib bone? A dinosaur rib bone? Like,
Yeah.
where are they going?
Yeah.
Why is there... I mean, of course, if there was floods that moved things, if some of the bones were lodged in the rock, it could move things around. But anything short of, like, a legit, like, crazy flash flooding type
Crazy
of thing, like...
storm. And like, yeah, like that, or like glacial movement maybe, like overall all that time, like maybe something like that's happened.
True.
But yeah, those are giant bones to be moving. And like with the skull, it breaks down into smaller pieces. So maybe as, different creatures were feeding on it and eating the leftover flesh on it, maybe those pieces got broken up and moved around. But for like a rib or like those bones, they're giant.
I know, it's like a
Who's
10-foot
moving
rib
those?
bone.
Yeah. Who's moving that?
I'm not moving it.
I didn't move it.
Nope. We didn't do it.
It
We
wasn't
don't know.
us. Don't look it up.
So Steve thinks it's the aliens,
Probably
which
aliens.
is, I mean, a very likely scenario for
It
sure.
could be. That makes more sense than my ideas.
So yeah, I don't know. I find that really bizarre. And like the head, like where'd the fucking head go? Like a whole dinosaur head? Like where is the head? Like maybe the aliens are just coming popping heads off dinosaurs back in the day and taking them. Maybe they have a museum in Planet Cleep Clop or whatever, you know, where there's like all these dinosaur heads and like, wow, look at this
Look at
amazing
all these
array.
heads.
You know, you can't bring an entire dinosaur back on a fucking UFO, so you can only have like a head. That's fair.
Probably. Princess said it's not so much another animal as the Earth itself in time. River storms, Earth movements, mega mudslides. Mega mudslides.
Yeah. No, it's true that
yeah,
if there's
true.
like huge geological processes at work moving things around, I mean that's definitely the most logical answer. But in some places where it might not experience that level of, I don't know, destruction or movement, whatever, you'd think that things would be a little more set. Like, why would only 2 bones remain instead of all of them or whatever, you know? Like, it's interesting. So yeah, maybe certain ones were lodged or buried a little bit, so they kind of like got stuck, so they couldn't move around. It's just crazy to think about the Earth doing such magnificent things where it's like chucking dinosaur heads all over the place, you know? And then where are they ending up? Like, there should just be like heads found all the time. Like, oh, we just found this head. We don't know where his body's at.
Look at all
Like,
these heads.
why are they being decapitated?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever tried to decapitate something, but it seems like it would be a really difficult process. Even without the soft tissue, you've got all the vertebrae going into the skull, and it's still connected. So I'm just saying.
It's not the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, so it would have to be some like pretty intense processes direct on that thing to like just like lose its head. I don't know. I'm sure there's very logical explanations for it, but
Probably.
it just seems like intense.
Aliens.
Aliens.
That's all I got.
So this is interesting that there is a theory that there was a land bridge between Australia and South America linking the continents via Antarctica. Which, I mean, we all know about Pangea. We should, at the very fucking least. Everything was one giant supercontinent at one point. Things have shifted over time. We totally know that a lot of the continents were right up next to each other. But this is interesting that this is specific because the Patagonian species, it seems like there is very similar links to that. So that's kind of cool that they're at least acknowledging, like, okay, at that time there was land bridges. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Trippy.
Yeah, so that was during the mid-Cretaceous era.
Okay.
So they were saying the warmer conditions that far south might have been favorable for them. So kind of neat. It's just kind of a neat story. They found the skull. They're pretty pumped on it.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
I thought that was
Finding a new
good news,
dinosaur is always fun. And yeah, Princess, you're totally right. I mean, we cannot fathom that amount of time that has passed. Like, we can't understand that. That's so much time that has passed. So, I mean,
That's
over
very true.
all that amount of time, like, just
Very true.
even if it's just little movements, like, every 20 years it moves 6 inches. Well, over millions of years, that's a long way. So
Yeah.
Yes,
It
it makes sense.
is true. We try to wrap our little human brains around it. My 40 some odd years on the fucking earth, and it just like talking about 100 million years. It is true. A lot happens, but like, where's his fucking head? I want to know. I still want to know
where's his
where that is.
head?
And Chid has an idea. He's like, he was leaning out the window saying, "Look at me, look at me." Pow! He was decapitated. They found his head over by the snow cone concession. Oh, it reminds me of that movie Hereditary.
Oh yeah,
Don't know if any of you guys have seen Hereditary, but it's pretty great.
especially that scene.
And there's a scene. There is a scene of all scenes.
Yeah.
No, I loved it, Chid. That was absolutely hilarious. So yeah, so okay. I just want to talk about dinosaur heads for a little bit. I feel like that was a nice way to start
Yeah, I like that.
the show.
And whenever we get into animal things, I sent you the link to Chid's Big Beaver.
Oh, perfect.
So you got that. Unless
Perfect,
there's more
okay.
dinosaur and sciencey things, but I figure there's going to be an animal segment.
Yeah,
There's
we
always
don't
animals.
necessarily have to get super into an animal segment right now.
Okay.
Switch gears. Do you want us to bust out the beaver right now, or you want to wait for the beaver?
Yeah.
We'll leave it up to you. You want to wait for more people to come in to get all beavery,
Be a
or we
little-
can just like do it right now. I'm gonna leave it to you. Chid gets to call the shots.
Do you have the octopus?
I do have the octopus.
Ooh.
I do.
Okay.
I do. I'm so glad you sent me that. I love it. Princess finds things, and she's like, boom, for the show. And this one's kind of crazy. That would be a good one. Let's do that. Let's do
Okay.
that one, and then Chid, after you stops talking shit, you can tell me if you actually legitimately want me to cover it now or wait. This fucking guy. Yeah, me and Chid had a pretty funny interaction earlier about big beavers. It was good. It was good
Chid's
times.
Big Beaver.
Okay. No, that's okay. That's all right. You didn't know that I was gonna like have it ready to go for the show. I just acknowledged that I had received it, but no, we're doing it. This is good. This is definitely good. Good weird news. Lining it up. Hold on. Okay. Why is it over? Hold on. I'm trying to line this up wee tad better. Oh no.
We're lining up.
It's not lining up, but whatever. It's good enough, I guess. Okay, so Princess sent me this article that is fairly terrifying scenario. As we all pretty much know, the cephalopods are some of the smartest creatures on the earth, and they seem to be extremely curious about things a lot, which is great.
Yeah.
I mean, they have emotions. They show emotions. They're very curious. They can figure out puzzles and tasks and stuff like that. So this one's kind of a bummer because this obviously was an accident, and this octopus did not, I'm sure, mean to do this. It probably would feel terrible if it realized that it almost strangled a diver
Damn.
40 foot below water.
Wow, no way, really.
Yeah.
Scary.
It was just trying to check out his camera. It was just trying to check out the camera. He was like, wow, what's that thing? That's a neat thing. And I will show you the images here. So, yeah, they were going down just to video stuff. This is BC Waters. And this is Larry, the giant octopus.
They know this octopus, huh?
And so it was swimming close to the guy, checking him out. And he's all filming like, wow, that's neat. And then all of a sudden, boom, he started wrapping his fucking tentacles around the guy. And was like checking shit out, but got a little too close for comfort. Look, he's like holding his fucking right here. That's not.
He's got his tentacle wrapped around his hand up there too.
Yeah, dude.
And holding his arm.
Dude, that's
pretty scary. Fighting an octopus would be rough.
I know.
Because you can't just like punch an octopus. They're so soft. Like, what do they care? They don't care.
I mean, you could punch one.
I mean, I could punch an octopus. But is it going to help at all? Like, especially underwater. You can't hit very hard underwater.
That's true. You know what's funny is when I first read this article, I was like, Dusty's going to talk about punching an octopus. I knew you were going to talk about. I mean, I know that's your go-to. That's your go-to.
I mean, I'll punch an octopus. But is it going to work? That's the thing.
I don't.
You get attacked by a shark, you can punch a shark. It's hard. It's gonna
I mean, if it felt like you were a threat, then maybe it would just fuck off. It'd be like, oh, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know, but that sucks that it almost fucking drowned the guy. I mean, you're down pretty deep.
Yeah.
So that's kind of spooky. You wouldn't think that an octopus would be the thing that could take you out. I wouldn't think. You know, there's a lot more threatening creatures in the ocean. I would not imagine that an octopus, you'd have an issue with it.
It's true, but they could pull out like your mouthpiece and like pull your goggles off.
Absolutely.
Like, they got those little suckers on their tentacles. That's dangerous.
Yep. So, yeah, his buddy was like, oh, shit. And observed what was happening and was like, oh, fuck. So it says how the guy grabbed his GoPro and just like was able to catch it. But how scary, like for the friend too, where you're like, what do I do? You know, like what do you do? Like, I don't know. Do you go punch the octopus for your friend?
Yeah,
like, is it going to take you out? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, they got 8 arms. Even with 2 of you, you've only got 4.
Dude, that's pretty scary.
Yeah.
There's the guy. There's the culprit.
Mm-hmm.
So it was only a few seconds. It said it got bored a few seconds later.
Steve, maybe he was trying to mate. Yeah, with his face. That's scary. That was not good.
Said it was later seen hanging onto camera gear of another diver. So this thing, either it's really curious and trying to figure it out, or it's like, stop filming me, fuck you. Like, I don't know. Maybe it just like doesn't want to be on film. Maybe he's not into it.
Maybe.
Don't know.
He's tired of the paparazzi following him around all the time.
Okay, well, let's see this fucking video.
Okay.
Let's see what's up here. That's a creature and a half.
That's a
Dude.
freaking alien.
Oh, fuck.
And with all those suction cups, how do you get it off of you ever? Like, let go of me. That makes me claustrophobic.
Come on, but oh wow, he is really getting in there too.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. That's a big
That is a big
octopus, man. God, they're such cool creatures, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Super cool.
He's pretty ballsy for like sticking around it. I'd be like, I gotta go.
Yeah, I'm done.
I love how they change texture on the water like that. They're so cool. Cephalopods are the best.
Yeah, the changing the texture is the weirdest thing to
It's
me.
the coolest thing. It's what makes the cephalopods my favorite animals because they can do that shit. It's so fucking weird. Changing color, changing texture in a fucking instant. Like, I mean, I think all creatures are cool in one way or another, but they're the most fascinating to me of all of the creatures on the planet.
Yeah.
Everybody, what's your favorite animal in chat? Tell me what your favorite animal is. Cuttlefish is my favorite. With very close second of octopus. Because they're the same little team. But I just like the little faces of the cuttlefish. They're so cute. And there's such like crazy versions of them too. So they're like, oh my god, he's getting closer. Sloth, good choice.
Oh, sloth, good. Yeah.
I love sloth.
Yeah.
Wow, he is all up in this octopus zone right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you zoom. You don't have to get that.
Yeah, you can just zoom in.
That's a serious camera.
That
Too.
is
That
a-
is like
That is a camera.
serious. What's up with that? I've never seen a camera like that.
It's got 2 flashes on it. Weird. Okay.
Sam Squanch.
Sam Squanch.
Yes, it does remind you to always stop and smell the roses. The sloth.
That's true.
Slowly moving, enjoying its life.
And just happy.
Just happy.
Their little
They're
faces,
so
they always
cute,
just look
dude.
so happy.
They're so cute.
Yeah.
They always look happy. Oh my god, I love them. I just want to hug one. Like the person that found one in the middle of the road and had to get up and move the sloth out of the road. Like, I want to move the sloth out of the road.
Yeah.
I do. But I would sit on the side of the road and be like, hooray, okay, we're friends. And it moves so slow, you can just like
Just hang
walk
out
with
with
it and be like, hey,
Where are you going?
yeah, what are we doing? We going
Can I
there?
go
You
with
want to
you?
eat this little grass or what are we doing? I'll do it with you. I mean, it can't really run. So, okay, so that was fucked up, right?
Yeah.
That was pretty spooky.
That's nerve wracking.
That is nerve wracking. Yes, it is.
Let's do a beaver. Let's do a giant beaver. Let's
Okay.
see Chid's
Chid's
massive
big brown beaver.
Yeah, Chid's big beaver. Yeah, sloths don't run. The thing that weirds me out about sloths is that they can't move faster. How is it that that's as fast as they can go?
Yeah.
It's weird to me that they just can't. Like, that's them moving as fast as possible.
And I wonder why.
Yeah.
Like I don't know the whys. If it's something like their physical structure, or if it's something to do with their metabolism, or whatever. Like I don't really know why they
Yeah, so
happen to go so slow. It doesn't seem like a very good survival tactic
it doesn't.
to not be able to
Unless you're like
escape.
a leaf bug and you're like moving real slow so nobody notices you're moving and you're like, "Ooh, I'm a leaf."
Yeah, if you're camouflaging only specifically, you're right.
Yeah.
That's a good moving slow.
But sloths
job.
don't really camouflage. I do like that they can swim. That I like. It's super slow, but they can swim.
They're
And their
very
big
good.
long arms. They like do the little paddle. And it's like,
So fucking
yay.
cute, dude.
I like that.
Princess says, I'm very unhappy with their pooping behavior, but they're still my favorite. Elaborate. I'm not familiar with their pooping behavior.
Whose pooping behavior do you like?
That's the question.
That's the real question. Yeah. Whose pooping behavior makes you happy? What are we comparing to?
Oh my God, Chid, you're so funny. Can you imagine if sloths could record a version of Cheech and Chong? It would be like 100-hour movie.
Yeah, it would.
Really funny.
I hear you're not
It's
gonna, but
funny.
you can't.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I dig it. I'm into it. And now I'm just really curious.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really want to know about things
Sloth's
pooping
pooping
behavior, but
behavior.
if it's interesting. I mean, Princess is unhappy about
I'm
it.
happy about it.
It's like,
I mean, don't they?
I don't like it. So
Isn't that pretty much the only time they climb down out of the trees? That and like to get a mate? Don't they like climb down and poop on the ground and then climb back up? And then if they're going to meet a mate, they climb down and then
I don't know.
move and go back
I
up.
honestly don't know the most about sloth behavior, personally.
Ah, Waybug, hello.
Hey, Waybug!
What's up,
What's
Waybug?
up?
Thanks for lurking.
Waybug?
We appreciate you.
I hope you're having a nice day at the office.
Yeah.
Good. And we will keep you entertained during your working day.
We'll see what we could do.
I'm trying.
We're not very entertaining.
Right now we're just talking about sloth poops, so I mean, I don't know if you're
yeah.
entertained or not.
It's kind of boring. We're just talking about sloth poop and pooping behaviors that make us happy.
Okay, so Princess says they only poop in one long poop. And that's the only reason they come down from the trees. So you were right about that. So it's the only time they're at risk. So I'm not happy about it, but what can you do? I wonder why they come down.
Yeah, I don't know
Just
about
poop
that
out the
either.
tree. Like, what do you got to lose?
Seems like they would
what
just
do you
poop out of
have
the
to
tree.
lose?
Yeah, I'm with you. They should just
You
be
may as
sky
well.
dumping. I don't know why.
Yep.
Why you gotta come down? But yeah, I did hear that's the only time they come down, and they're very vulnerable when they do come down. So they come down to poop, and then if they need to like change trees, like if they're on their way to find a mate and they hear, whatever other cute sloth is a little bit further away, they'll climb down out of the tree and like head their way over there. So they get on the ground every once in a while when they do that too.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like that and pooping, and I don't know why either. Like, just why you're not just pooping while you're in the tree?
It seems
You're hanging out. Just go
unnecessary
for it.
to go all the way. You know how long it would take to get down from the tree? Oh my God.
It's a long time. It's a long trek.
Maybe there is like a adventure for them. Like, all right, gotta go.
Yeah.
Like drop a deuce down there. We're just going on an adventure.
Pooping.
Be back in 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Hold the fort down while I'm
no,
gone.
it's weird.
Interesting. Thank you for teaching us about that. That's super random.
Yeah.
I never knew.
Good to know. Good
Yeah.
to know.
Okay, so let's talk about a giant ass beaver. That's right. I said ass beaver.
Chid's giant ass beaver.
Yep. So, Beaver Lodge.
Yep.
There's a whole Beaver Lodge.
Sounds
So it
good. That's
sounds
so
like-
Canadian.
Yeah,
So
going
good.
on down to the Beaver Lodge.
Going
eh?
on down to Beaver Lodge.
Okay. So, this is in Alberta, and this is where Chid lives. So, large landmarks are starting to appear all over Canada. Nowhere truer than in Alberta. Beaver Lodge celebrated its 75th anniversary of incorporation on July 2004. Part of our celebration included the unveiling of a giant beaver sculpture on our highway corridor. A beaver is a remarkable roadside attraction, surrounded by interpretive signage, history, habitat, behavior of the animal, along with town information. A must-see in northern Alberta if you're on your way up the Alaska Highway.
Okay,
This is
yeah.
from 2004? Okay, the idea took shape 2004. So let's show this giant beaver.
Chid's giant beaver.
Highway beaver on a giant log.
That is a big log.
That's a big fuck. That's a cool ass beaver, man.
Yeah, I agree with that. That is a cool ass beaver.
It is. Let's see. show you the other picture here. Look at him go.
Oh,
Dun,
yeah.
dun. That's awesome.
Oh, he's majestic.
I love weird shit like this. It's so fun. It took 90 gallons of polyurethane to coat approximately 13 gallons of paint. That's a lot of paint.
Mm-hmm.
18 blocks of foam to make the sculpture. Wow. That's legit. I mean, 18 gallons of paint. It's not that big.
13 gallons of paint.
13.
Well, you gotta do multiple coats. Probably gotta be 2 coats of brown.
Okay. Well, this is funny. Heavy Industries in Calgary built the Beaver in 2 sections, the Beaver and the Log. The site was prepared by Dick's Sand and Gravel. It's Dick's Beaver.
It's Dick's Beaver.
Dick's Beaver, man.
Good.
Okay, this is the measurements of this beaver. 1,500 pounds.
Oh,
The log is 1,500 pounds. Okay, they evened it out.
that beaver weighs as much as a log.
It does. And it's 18 feet long. Damn, 10 foot high. That's a big beaver.
That's a big beaver. So the beaver is 10 feet high. The log is 5. So you got like a 15-foot sculpture we're doing it.
Wow.
That's a big.
Yeah, the
beaver.
log is 20 feet. That's serious. No one's fucking around. I wonder how much somebody got paid to construct this beaver, because that's a whole thing. That would be a huge project.
Yeah, that's a project for sure.
Wow. There we go. Now you guys know about Chid's giant beaver. Have you seen the beaver? Chid,
Chid, have you seen the beaver?
I'm going to need you to go to the beaver. I'm going to need you to climb up and put some googly eyes on it, okay? That's what I'm going to need from
definitely.
you. I'm going to need googly
Those
beaver.
giant googly
I'm
eyes.
going to need you to report back
Be good.
with a photo that shows you in front of it, pointing at the googly eyes, so I know that it was in fact you.
That way we know.
That did it. And you will earn 1 gold star for doing
Aw.
this.
Chid has seen the beaver. Chid knows all
He's in
about
the
this
he's in
beaver.
the beaver. I know, right? Where's Kirby? I don't know. Kirby should be here. We need
Yeah.
to summon Kirby. Should I send her a message and be like, "Hey, we're talking about beavers and dicks,
Talking
and you're
about
not
Dick's
here." And Chid misses you.
And Chid misses you.
Totally
We're talking about Dick's beaver, and you're not here.
That's awesome that you've seen it.
That's cool you got to
pretty
see
great.
it.
Yep. I'm gonna need you to go back. You need to put some googly eyes on it. That's really cool. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah, that's fun.
Okay,
Okay,
big.
giant beaver.
That is some weird news
That
right
is
there.
some weird news for
That is
sure.
some weird news.
Okay, good.
I love it.
Canada's got giant beavers.
It's not just Winona anymore.
It's not just Winona. Winona was the only one that had a giant beaver. It wasn't giant. It was just big.
It was big. She showed it off to all her friends.
Just a big brown beaver.
Mm-hmm.
This is a giant brown beaver.
Okay. This is the thing that's a little bit spooky. We're
Ooh,
gonna
we
talk
got the
about
scary
this.
one.
I'm going with scary. I just need to get it out of the way.
Okay, good. I'm ready.
So especially for those of us here in the Pacific Northwest, we are very aware of the Cascadia fault line system and the potential for an extremely powerful quake. I guess the inevitability of extremely powerful quake. We have no idea when. Said there's a very large percentage that within the next 30 years that there will be a substantial earthquake. So that's not comforting in any way. But honestly, as far as natural disasters, we don't have many other ones. So we're just like, that's kind of what we're sitting here. Like, okay, there could be a crazy earthquake. But for right now, it's like pretty chill in most other ways. So it's a trade-off. But they found something concerning outside of off the Oregon coast. And it's pretty spooky. So they found a a leak in the ocean, which sounds really bizarre, but I will explain it.
The ocean's leaking.
The ocean's
No.
leaking. So there is a 600-mile long fault line that has been discovered at the bottom of the Pacific, and it could trigger a magnitude 9 earthquake, which we all know. Just outside of Oregon, they call this Pytheas Oasis, which has been named after the Oracle of Delphi, actually.
Oh, well, that's
It was
nice.
discovered in 2015, but the new research is concerning right now. So there is a hole. They found a hole in the ocean floor. So there's liquid underground. Obviously, if it goes too far underground, it will have explosive properties because of all the heat and everything. But there is liquid that is essentially lubricating the plates, and it helps the plates to move, better without having to kind of get stuck. So that's interesting. There's underground water helping to lube everything up. Well, in this circumstance, which is kind of fucked up, there is a leak in the crack in the floor, and the spring, there's an underwater spring, and basically the spring water is shooting out and draining the lube pocket, essentially. So there is a video of this underwater spring leak.
So the lube is leaking out.
Fucking ad. God damn.
Seems like if the lube is leaking out, that would be a good thing because there's less lubrication.
No, you want the lubrication. It keeps the
Oh, so it
plates.
slides
It keeps
easily?
the plates moving.
Oh, okay.
It keeps
okay.
them from getting stuck on each other.
Gotcha.
Oh, I should do the large one.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I don't know what that just fucking said because of the goddamn ad. Vent was found accidentally after research special vessel noticed bubbles emitting from the sea.
Gotcha. Huh.
So let's go back to the beginning again here and get to see it. So that's definitely a little spooky. I mean, they're already
Nice.
expecting a massive quake at some point anyway, and I guess this is concerning the scientists where they're like, oh shit, that's not good.
Weird.
Yep, Princess, that's exactly the idea here. Yep, it's just keeping them sliding a little bit better,
A little
and
smoother.
there's a lot of pressure already built up, especially from the Juan de Fuca plate, which is subducting off of our coast here in Washington. It's a very, very small plate, but it could have very big repercussions. So we're just kind of sitting on borrowed time here, and that's a little bit concerning. I mean,
Yeah.
who knows how big this
least
underwater spring is?
Yeah. At least it doesn't look very big. Like the leak doesn't look very big.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how much is under there. I guess how large is that
Yep.
spring?
And we don't know how long it's been doing it. They
And
could
we
have
don't
been
know how
doing
long
this
it's
for
been doing
40 years or something like that, just
Yeah.
draining out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nobody really quite knows.
So is that? I wonder if that water that's coming out of there is fresh water or if it's salt water, or what it is.
I don't know.
Because it
Good
looks
question.
cloudy coming
I
out
would
of there.
I would imagine it's it's fresh water from an underwater or an underground spring. I would assume that. But I can't say with certainty.
Yeah. Because where it was coming out, it looks cloudy and it was all like trippy looking. So
Maybe the mixing
look
of
the
the
same.
yeah.
Yeah, like
Yep.
the mixing of the salt and the fresh.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. It's
Unless
really
it was
weird
hot.
that they just happen to find it. And that being said, how many more leaks are there that haven't been found?
Yeah. We need to be
I don't
looking for
know.
more leaks. Boo.
I don't know. I don't know if that necessarily is a huge direct cause for concern, but it's definitely making people a little bit more mindful. So, but it's crazy to think of a 9, like a category 9, like if we had that.
At least it's down by
super
Oregon.
fucked.
at least that's
It's a 600-mile fault line. It's the Cascadia Fault. It comes up this way. That's just the lube coming out. The entire fault will,
hopefully we're keeping our
Slip.
lube. We're keeping it lubed.
hopefully. It's just extra sucks that we live on a hill. I love the fact we live on a hill for, like, stable reasons. Like, I enjoy having the view that we have. I like having the 3 floors, the split level. I totally love it when the ground's not moving. But it's really scary to think about our house literally splitting in half
Yeah.
if that were to
Back
happen.
half just falling off.
The back half, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Our
not good.
bedrooms, the room we're sitting in right now, would just book it down the fucking hill.
Yeah.
So that's not good.
No.
So we have constructed bug out bags, and we are continuously adding to them. And we talked about making sure to leave them in the garage in the front, which is on the
stick 'em in-
stable
yeah.
region of the ground.
Stick them in the front.
So if we needed to, we could bail and grab that shit on the way out, which we still need to do. I've been adding slowly but surely to the bug out bag. I got a new backpack, which is good. So in the case we need to bail, I got a cool backpack and got some more fun stuff to throw in there that we would need. We got some good stuff. Got a crank radio. It's cute. Got a bunch of shit.
That's cute.
So it is, and it got good reviews. So in the event that we ever needed anything like that, we got it. Nobody listens to the radio anymore, but if you needed to, we got it. I was trying to think of, like, okay, what are... Because we did phase 1 of Bug Out Bag. We got a bunch of shit a few years ago, and then I was like, okay, what do we not have that if something actually really happened, what would we be really bummed if we just were like, all we need to do is order it, and we didn't do that, and now we're totally fucked. So we're trying to, like, go down that list and get the things just in case, especially living in a area where it is earthquake prone.
Just
be
start
careful,
burying
yeah.
buses. Yeah, we just need to make a giant
Oh,
underground.
for sure,
bunker.
dude. For sure.
Yeah. As soon as I find a bus, that's the first thing I'm doing with it is burying it.
Yeah, Princess knows too. Yeah, that feeling of living on a hill. It's beautiful. I love it, but it's freaky, especially with, like, landslides and stuff like that too. Like, it just could. But thankfully, we don't have to worry about landslides super often here. The ground's used to being saturated. It's fine.
Yeah,
But you just never fucking know.
it's true.
So
Very true.
there you go. And everybody be advised: there's a leak in the ocean.
The ocean's leaking. Damn it.
Ocean is leaking.
Yep. Okay.
So the sun is leaking also.
Oh, the sun's leaking? Shit.
Yeah. This
Okay.
is really cool.
Okay.
They found a 60,000 mile tall. Let's take a moment before I go further. 60,000 mile tall. That's very hard to, like, wrap
That's
our head around
very
what
hard.
that means. A plasma waterfall coming off the sun. Look at it go.
Oh, well, that's
What?
fun.
60,000 miles.
What does that mean for us?
It's
Does that mean anything for
not
us?
necessarily, no.
Just trippy?
Not for us, but the sun's just getting all fucking crazy these days. It's the wall of plasma falling down towards the solar surface. So it's like a prominence, similar type of concept to a solar prominence, but it's not in the loop form. This is a wall. Essentially, like, cracked. It shot up out, and rather than it being trying to leave and being captured by the magnetic field and being pulled back down into loop form, it was like shooting up and being sucked back
Oh,
in.
weird.
So that's super weird.
Yeah.
So for context, let's talk about 62,000 miles.
That's what I was just looking up.
It is about as tall as around 8 Earths stacked on top of one another.
Yeah. That's how I was just looking at the circumference of the Earth, and it's about 25,000 miles. So it's like,
Yep.
that's around, but yeah, okay.
So this is 8 Earths high. Earth. Like, that's crazy to fucking think about that.
Yeah.
So the actual name for this is a polar crown prominence, which, what do they call it for short? PCP.
Oh, good.
Which I thought was very, very funny. So, yep, as I said, it's similar to the solar prominences. However, the PCPs occur near the sun's magnetic poles at latitudes between 60 and 70 degrees north and south, which often causes them to collapse back towards the sun because the magnetic fields near the poles are much stronger. So the collapse back to the sun has earned them the nickname plasma waterfalls. The plasma within PCPs is not actually in free fall because it is still contained within the magnetic field that initially spat them out. However, the plasma travels downwards at speeds of 22,000 miles an hour, 22,370 miles an hour, which is much faster than the magnetic field should allow based on the experts' calculations, according to NASA. It's interesting. Researchers are still trying to figure out how it's possible.
Yeah.
So, that is fast, super fucking high, and is baffling scientists right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So,
how fast was it falling?
Like over 22,000 miles an hour.
Genius.
Super duper duper fast. And they said, based on their understanding, they don't believe that it should be going that fast.
Yes, you shouldn't be going that fast, plasma. Maybe it's just in a hurry to get back to where it came from.
Yeah, it is in a hurry.
Huh.
But there's 2 phases. First phase is the slow phase, where the plasma shoots upward, and then the fast phase, where the plasma accelerates towards its altitude peak, which is interesting. It's kind of slow, and then all of a sudden it just like picks up the pace, which I would think it would be the opposite of being super fast at first with the force and then slowing down before it comes back down.
Yeah. Unless it's like it gets away from the gravity of the sun a little bit more and allows it to speed up. Just like the...
Could be true, yep.
Like, you know, photons in the center of the sun take millions of years to reach the surface. So they actually speed up as they get closer to the surface of the sun because the gravity is so immense.
Yeah.
So maybe it just gets away from the sun a little bit and is able to speed up. But then it falls down super fast.
Yes.
Which makes me wonder if, you know, the sun is moving through space too. So I wonder if the side that it's on, if it's like in front of the sun essentially, and it's blasting out, and then it's moving back towards the sun because the sun's actually moving towards it. Almost like...
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, but that's some crazy shit.
That's crazy.
That is like...
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that.
I know pretty good amount about the sun and stars in general and the life cycles of stars and their action. I'm definitely not a scholar on the subject, but I care, and I've learned about these things for quite a long time. And this is the first time that I heard about this specific kind of ejection from the sun.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. I wonder if that's
impressed.
a newer one since we've just started like observing the sun in fairly recent times.
I wonder
if it's newer, especially with like our satellites and telescopes that are watching it now. You know.
Yeah, it's true. It might be a newer observation, or it could be scientists have been observing it for a while, but now it's just kind of out there as far as like, you know, the layman, the public, hearing about it.
Or like we knew it was there in data and had witnessed it, but now we have photos of it, like, you know, to talk about, which is cool.
It is. It's super, super cool. So, it's on the polar regions, so most likely under normal circumstances we will not be in the line of fire for if these things break off. But there is, of course, potential of these things breaking off.
Oh, it's polar? I thought it was equatorial.
No, it's called a polar crown prominence, PCP.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
No, it is because they were saying that the magnetic field is stronger near the poles, which is why
That's why I
this
had it
behaves in
different. I
this
thought-
way.
I was thinking equatorial was going to be the stronger where it's going, but okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay.
Yeah, it's basically the top or bottom of the magnetic field that is stronger than it is in the other regions. So yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. Now we know
Okay.
that this is a thing. PCPs, watch out for the PCPs.
Watch out, the sun's got PCP.
PCP.
Noted.
Straight up. Pretty weird, eh?
Yeah, that's weird. In space news, did you? I don't know. We might have it on here, but did you see where they found galaxies that are forming way earlier than they thought?
Yes,
they
I
should have,
did.
And they're like fully formed.
Yes.
Is it
Should we
in
talk
here?
about that one right now?
We should. I think we should.
Okay. I was going to talk about another space thing, but we can come back to this space thing
Okay.
after, since you just brought that up. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. Okay.
Yeah, I forgot. This just reminded me that I just read that recently.
Yes.
And I wanted to know a little bit more.
Let's check it the fuck out. We've got James Webb added again. Hold on, we got ads added again on this fucking site that is just atrocious. I'm
Boo.
so sorry.
Oh, we're rocking. We're rocking.
I'm trying. It's covering up the little X for me to X this fucking ad out. That's not the one I'm looking at. It. The one that's covering up the entire part of the page that I want to show. Oh man. See, this is why we keep Dusty's around. Oh no, he hit the ad.
Except I
Now
clicked
it
on-
thinks we give a shit about whatever that
Now
is
it thinks
for.
we care. I'll say it didn't even go away. It just turned the ad off, though.
Now that ad's back again. Damn it! I
The little space
fucking
doesn't go away, though.
hate ads so much. I get why they are important for money making purposes, but when they just cover shit up, it's really fucking annoying.
That's right. It goes away as you scroll up, so
Okay.
it'll just be there for a second.
Anyway. Oh, hi, pizza.
Hi, pizza.
Yay, what's up? Oh, and Curvy too. Yay. Hi, both of you guys.
Oh, sweet.
I'm so glad that you guys are here. That's
You
so
guys
awesome.
coming at the same time? We all hanging out together? Talking?
That's so neat. You come in
Coordinating?
as we're fucking with ads right now. Sorry
Yeah,
about that.
we're fucking with
But it's
ads.
gonna be worth it though. It's gonna be worth it.
Yeah.
No, that's great, Krista. I love you so much. I'm so happy you're here, friend. Free.
Yeah.
So we're just in time to talk about cool shit that the James Webb Space Telescope, which we all know and love, are discovering 6 supersized star clusters that are too big for their age.
Okay.
What is the dealio with that?
What is up with that?
What is up? So, it has taken images of 13.8 billion year old galaxies. 13.8 billion
13.8 billion year old.
year old galaxies. This is crazy. The images are showing them when they were between 500 and 700 million years old, which is the infancy of galaxies and the universe. But their huge size is suggesting that they are older than this, or they grew really fast. They don't really know. Nobody fucking knows. And that is the really strange thing right now, is
Yeah.
they keep finding galaxies where they're like, this doesn't make sense. Why are they so big? So did everything coalesce and form super fucking fast? Is the universe substantially older than we assumed that it was initially? Or did they just grow fast? Like what's going on? Nobody
yeah, it's
knows.
real
yet.
weird.
It's really weird. So they're like, okay, if the data has been analyzed incorrectly, like they're open to that. It sounds like they're like, all right, well, maybe it was wrong, but we have like some of the smartest people ever, trying to figure this shit out. So our calculations seem pretty correct. So how is this so?
Yeah, so for the universe is estimated to be 13.8 billion years old, right? In the where they place it? Yeah. So
Yeah.
these galaxies are essentially born at the same time, but have taken the time to evolve to their state.
Well, they're saying that they seem to be about 500 to 700 million years after the Big Bang. So it's still 13.8 because that million, it's like a little chunk of that.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
But
still, it's right there at the very beginning of the birth, like of the
Yes.
universe, essentially. Like,
yes,
that-
yes, it's right, like all the way, like all of a sudden, like boom, everything fucking bam. There's all that gas chilling out, and then all of a sudden, everything just like formed together very quickly, which would make sense. But if you've got star clusters, that means that these stars were born into existence extremely fast because the stars had to essentially form to be able to coalesce like that, unless there was just a giant massive cloud of dust that somehow coagulated upon itself, and then they just started just blinking out from the inside of it, which does definitely make sense, but I don't know. Or it could have been a larger cloud formation, stars started blinking and had their gravity that caused them to migrate towards each other. So nobody understands this yet.
No.
Nobody fucking knows. But they do know that like this has structure in a way that they did not expect there to be structure at this time at all.
Yeah.
So obviously this looks like shit. It sucks because it's James Webb, and we spent $10 billion on this telescope, and this is the photo that we're getting. But it doesn't matter that we don't have a pretty Hubble-style photo because we are able to analyze the data, and it means more sometimes than, I guess, just a pretty photo of a nebula, which is also extremely valid.
Well, and we're also looking way back.
Yes.
Like, even the Hubble's not going to have beautiful photos of this old.
Is true. And yeah, here we fucking have it. So there's this chart that I don't know what it means.
So it's a graph that shows the relative amount of atoms contained in galaxies with at least a certain mass of stars. These galaxies detected by the James Webb appear to be using a much larger number of available gas atoms for stars than would be expected. So yeah, they've got more material in them than they expect would have been there.
Interesting. That's crazy.
Pizza said that maybe there was no gravity to hold them to being a certain size. So maybe if it was that early on, maybe there was less gravity and they spread out more. But for them to be talking about the amount of atoms and like the mass that are in these galaxies means that there's more there. There was more stuff created than what they thought would have been created by that point.
Yeah, it's very bizarre.
Yeah.
So I guess we're just gonna have to stay tuned and admit that we as humans don't know very much. We're learning, we're doing a good job, we're figuring some things out, but it's easy to say that we think something is one thing. Okay, the universe is 13.8. How did we actually really determine that with certainty? They felt pretty certain before, but now it's like, well, maybe it's not. Even if it just goes from 13.8 to 13.9, that doesn't sound like a very big difference to the average person, but it's still a very reasonable chunk of time.
Yeah. That's a big chunk of time.
100 million years. It's a reasonable
Yeah.
reasonable amount of time. But who knows? Maybe it goes back even farther. Maybe there's shit way even farther back than we even understand. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
Will we ever figure it out? I don't know. But I'm glad that we're trying. And we are doing our best. And we are adjusting. our statements and our perspectives, which I think is very important, rather than just be like, no, we said this, so it's this. And then people trying to hide data and stuff like that just so it doesn't fuck up their practice, you know? So that's really good. I mean, who knows? There might be a bunch of things that popped up that they're not telling us about for that very reason.
Yeah. We don't mention that.
Yeah, who knows? But this is cool. So, yeah, I just want to let you guys
trippy
know about this. Okay, so I'm going to put on this one here. The astronomy professor found that, in theory, galaxies of this size and age are possible with this model, but are an absolute upper limit. So, this is as far as we can take this and have it make any fucking remote sense.
In what model? Scroll up just a little bit. Framework understanding of dark energy. Oh, so that's not even an A. ACDM cosmological model. So he's got a different model of how the universe began that they're looking at. So
This is the framework of understanding the role of dark energy and cold dark matter in shaping the universe evolution.
Okay.
So trying to study that stuff to try to make sense of it, but we don't even understand dark energy and cold dark matter right now, which is cool because we're trying to figure it out. But we're shooting in the dark, literally, right now, trying to figure shit out. We're like, okay, we think these things exist. We're gonna put a name on it, but we don't understand it. But we're trying. We can see something is happening. There's something happening. Something is causing these processes to happen. Mm-hmm. What is it? I love that we're actively figuring out in this time. This is like similar to like Galileo, you know, looking through his telescope and being like, wait a minute.
This is weird.
This is weird. We're not the center of everything. This is fucking weird, you know? And then people were like, oh, you'll go to hell for
that
saying
planet's
that.
got ears on it. That's weird.
Yeah, I know. I love his little drawing. It's so cute.
Yeah.
Maybe I get a tattoo of that sometime. That'd be really cute. Yeah. It's really cute.
That would be good.
But it's very interesting.
Yeah.
And here they go. Dun-dun. I love that there's so many people working on these things right now.
Yeah.
But what I find fascinating is we're still in infancy of our universe. We're still in the first generation of galaxies that we're seeing right now. Like our galaxy is super fucking old, you know? Like it's not like, oh, there was time for galaxies to exist and then blink out and then cause these other things, at least where we can observe them. Back in the beginning, it's most likely on, you know, could be on round 2. There's certain things that could be on round 2. Stars have blinked out, but as far as like galaxy formation, like it's pretty much like round 1.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Will it blink out entirely? Will it just be dark? Will everything seemingly reignite each other? Will things reorganize or whatever? Nobody fucking knows, but it's crazy to think about that. Like our universe, we are the maiden voyage of this iteration of universe. If there's multiverse, then who knows? This could have happened infinitely for, you know, trillions of years.
Yeah.
And this could just be one little bubble that bursts and we're like, oh my God, it's everything. And like, you know, anything zoomed out, it was like, oh, how funny these little fucking people living on this rock think they're the only things in the entire universe and that their little bubble is the entire thing. It's like a, you know, cat living in this house. The cat thinks this is the world, you know. It has no idea about like Japan.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But it exists.
So I always think of the movie Men in Black where they were talking about like they were trying to protect the galaxy and they didn't know what galaxy they were talking about and they realized that the galaxy was actually very small and it was on the cat's collar and it was a galaxy that was enclosed in the little thing, but it was a full galaxy. Whenever you zoom into it, it had its own thing going on, but that galaxy was just like a little portion of our world, you know, a tiny little thing.
Yep, like the little marble.
Yeah.
It's very possible. Nobody knows, but it's very intriguing to think about these things, and it hurts the brain a little bit, but in a good way.
Yeah, it's a good brain
I feel
scratch.
like. Oh, damn it, I lost my other thing.
Uh-oh.
Just clicked out of it on accident. Where do I find it? Yeah, space news, man. I'm into the space news, and it just a lot of times it just opens Pandora's box and opens more questions than actually gives us answers. But eventually, I hope that we get more answers as time goes forward.
Yeah.
I hope. So we just sent out a spacecraft to Jupiter and its moons. Did you know that?
Oh yeah, I did hear about that.
Yeah.
I just saw a headline that it happened, but I don't know the gist of what's going on.
It's called JUICE,
Oh, nice. Good name.
which is kind of
The juice is loose. Okay.
The juice is loose. That's awesome. Europe launched it, and it is going to take 8 years to reach Jupiter, where it's going to scope out not only the solar system's biggest planet, but also Europa, Callisto, and Ganymede, which is super fucking cool.
Yeah,
The
that's
3 ice-encrusted moons that are believed to harbor underground oceans where sea life could exist.
Okay.
I'm excited.
So is it gonna go and orbit them, or orbit Jupiter, or is it doing a flyby?
Let's see. I can't remember the details, so we're going to read it together and find out.
Okay.
So it's taking a robotic explorer, which is cool. So I guess it's going to be on the surface, it sounds like, with a robotic explorer. Then perhaps the most impressive feat of all, JUICE will attempt to go into orbit around Ganymede. No spacecraft has ever orbited a moon other than our own.
Oh, okay.
So with so many moons, the last count was 95. It keeps going up.
Mm-hmm.
Jupiter's moons, in the past, I think probably 15 or 20 years, it has just like, it's crazy. We've found like 30 more moons. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Astronomers consider Jupiter a mini solar system of its own. So they're saying a mission like the JUICE is long overdue.
Yeah.
But the monolith will shoot it down. Oh no. So learning about the moons. Oh, sorry. We're not going to detect life, it said. So that's not the
Then what's the point?
purpose. But they're learning more about the moons and their potential seas will bring to scientists closer to answering the is there life elsewhere question. That will be the most interesting aspect of the mission.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe taking into consideration without, sunlight, enough sunlight for it to actually, photosynthesize, or without the warmth or whatever. Like, if you're under this ocean, is it possible that things could live? Like, they're not going on the search for life, but I guess
Yeah.
they're
Is the potential
looking.
for life there?
Yeah.
Should we be searching here?
Which, I mean, it's probably not going to be the most exciting. I can't imagine underneath a ice crust that there's going to be a bunch of crazy things, like, I mean, even microbial life would be very cool to find or whatever, but like, okay, I 1,000% already have accepted in my brain that is out there, like, I want like a space octopus, really, like that's what I want to see. I want to see some shit.
I mean, really, like, if there's an ice crust and then whether it's, the core of the planet or plate tectonics or whatever that's keeping the water underneath warm enough to be water, then there could totally be stuff living down there. Like, we have all kinds of life that lives underneath the ice in
That's absolutely
the
true.
Arctic.
Yeah.
So,
If there's geothermal cores, which some of them have been proven so far to have geothermal activity, then anything is possible for sure. It'd be crazy to find some like crazy sea creatures.
Yeah.
We already have weird enough sea creatures here. Like, you can't get much weirder than some of the shit that we have out here. So really, nothing would surprise me.
Yeah.
At this point,
Yeah.
there's fucking aliens in our oceans, especially the deep water,
Yeah.
which are not receiving sunlight. They're not receiving oxygen in the way that we normally would imagine. So with all of that pressure and everything, things have evolved in a really bizarre way. So really, they could show me some crazy shit and I'd be like, that seems about right.
That sounds about right. I don't want to swim in that ocean either.
Yeah, probably not. So what they're doing is they're taking a long roundabout route to Jupiter. They're going to be covering 4 billion miles. It's going to swoop within 125 miles of Callisto and 250 miles of Europa and Ganymede, completing 35 flybys while circling Jupiter. Then it will hit the brakes and it will orbit Ganymede, the primary target of this mission, which is a 1.6 billion euro mission.
Okay.
Ganymede is not only the solar system's largest moon, it surpasses Mercury, but it has its own magnetic field with auroras at the poles.
No way.
That's fucking sweet.
Okay.
I love that. Even more exciting, it's thought to have an underground ocean holding more water than Earth. Ditto for Europa and its reported geysers and heavily cratered Callisto, a potential destination for humans given its distance from Jupiter's debilitating radiation belts. So that's interesting. You want to put humans on an icy fucking rock? Okay. I mean, that's not my idea of a good time, but
Just so we can mine it for something.
maybe, right? Or people are so concerned that this fucking Earth is going to shit. Like, we need backup plans, man. Maybe we'll live on this icy rock. Maybe it'd be better than this
Can we
fucking
live on
bullshit
that?
that's going on here.
Yeah.
It's possible.
That's possible.
The ocean worlds in our solar system are most likely to have possible life, so these large moons of Jupiter are prime candidates to search. So this is Shepard, who is a moon hunter. What a cool job title. Who's helped discover well over 100 in the outer solar system. Super cool.
Moon hunter.
Yes.
Okay.
So the spacecraft is about the size of a small bus. It won't reach Jupiter until 2031, relying on gravity assist flybys of Earth and our moon as well as Venus. Okay, so they're doing the slingshot method, which is definitely handy. So they're going to do the Earth, the moon, and Venus shooting around it. Okay.
Wow.
So,
God, that's so much math.
oh yeah, dude, it
So
really
much
is.
geometry to figure that out.
This is crazy. I'm so glad I'm not in charge of this. That would be
Yeah,
horrible.
I don't know how you would figure out. I mean, doing like slingshotting around one planet is one thing, but hitting three. Like,
Well, you're coming from
three
Earth,
bodies,
so you just have to calculate upon leaving, and then the moon is pretty close, so that would be kind of easy. We know that that's right there.
yeah,
it's probably
we know we
easier.
can hit that first one. We know what we can do there, but hitting the other ones after that,
Yeah.
like
Oh no, that's the hardest
that
shit.
seems like just
ever.
a crapshoot. Like, hopefully we do that. I don't know.
Agreed.
Weird.
I do not know how
But,
they
okay.
do that, but it's very impressive. So the JUICE is the acronym for Jupiter Icy Moons Explorer.
Okay, yeah.
So you get the JU for the Jupiter. It's kind of cute. They're calling it the JUICE. I like it. It'll spend 3 years buzzing Callisto, Europa, and Ganymede. Spacecraft will attempt to enter the orbit around Ganymede in late 2034, circling the moon for nearly a year before flight controllers send it crashing down in 2035 or later if enough fuel remains.
Okay.
So, Europa is especially attractive to scientists hunting for signs of life beyond Earth. JUICE will keep its Europa encounters to a minimum, however, because of the intense radiation there so close to Jupiter. So, okay. They're like, we're just going to hang out here for a second.
lot of
We're gonna
radiation.
roll. This is a
Way to
little
move on.
crazy. So the sensitive electronics are encased in lead to protect against the radiation, which is cool. It's also wrapped in thermal blankets. Temperatures near Jupiter are cold as balls, 380 degrees minus. So, I mean, it's space, it makes sense, but that's pretty fucking cold if we take a moment to imagine what 380 degrees below zero is.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Negative 230 Celsius for the Canadians in the house.
Yes. And Australians
And
and anybody
Australians.
else anywhere in the world.
And anyone who's not in America.
So the solar panels are 88 feet from tip to tip to soak in as much sunlight that far from the sun as they can. So it's got quite large solar panels on it. So later next year, NASA will send an even more heavily shielded spacecraft to Jupiter, the long-awaited Europa Clipper, which is awesome that that's happening next year. So it'll beat JUICE to Jupiter by more than a year because it is going to launch on SpaceX Mightier rocket.
Cool.
So the two spacecrafts will team up to study Europa like never before, which is super cool.
Okay. Yeah.
But like it's a race,
It's nice.
and they're like, SpaceX has a better rocket. What are you gonna do? We're gonna beat you there, but it's okay. We'll work together. But just acknowledge we're the first ones.
Just so you know, we're gonna win.
Just so you know.
That's funny.
I know that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So NASA has long dominated exploration of Jupiter, beginning with the flybys in the 70s, and the twin Pioneers, and then the Voyagers. Only one spacecraft remains humming at Jupiter. It's NASA's Juno, which just logged its 50th orbit since 2016. That's so cool.
Wow. Oh, really? I don't guess I realized that Juno was still out there orbiting.
Yep. It's,
Good job.
It's fucking
Good job, Juno.
rolling. Juno. Yeah. So.
Yeah, because Juno's the one that sent back all the gorgeous photos.
Oh,
of, like,
yeah.
Jupiter's atmosphere and stuff that blew all of our minds.
Krista, whoever's figuring that out is the Bruce Lee of calculus. That's the best way to put that ever, dude. Straight up, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking A. The Bruce Lee of calculus. That made me laugh. I like that. So Europe provided 9 of JUICE's science instruments, but NASA did provide 1 for this. So they're like, help. And they're like, okay, but we're still going to win. We'll help you. Be second place. But we'll work together, which is good because if there's 2 different missions going on, they can absolutely tag team. And you've got the Juno right now too, so it's kind of neat that they're triangulating on this region, and we're exploring, man. We're fucking space explorers.
Yeah.
It's so cool that we get the opportunity to do this. This is so neato.
Yeah.
So if JUICE confirms underground oceans conducive to past or present life, the next step will be to send drills to penetrate the icy crust and maybe even a submarine, which would be so exciting. Why they're not sending that right now anyway?
Yeah, why would you
I
not
do
just
not
send that
know.
with you?
I don't know why you have to go back. I mean, it's taking all these years to do it. Just like send it.
Yeah.
Pardon me. With my
And
yawn.
they always talk about sending drills. I don't know why. If it's like an icy thing, why not send something that would heat up and just melt its way down? Like, seems like that'd be easier to do than trying to align a drill
Yep.
and do a whole thing. Having
Like
a
a
motor.
heat coil
Yeah.
or something like that. If it was like a coiled kind of thing that heated up and it would just melt its way. You're right. It's a lot easier than trying to like hack through ice, because what if there's rocks and shit like that? We don't know like what
Yeah.
you're gonna encounter. I mean, we built a tunnel here in Seattle and it hit some shit and had to stop, and everything
Yeah.
went terribly, terribly wrong.
Yeah, our
So-
gigantic drill hit one metal pipe and the whole thing was ruined.
So with this one, you're right. I think that using heat to melt it would be a wise thing. But you know what? These guys are the Bruce Lee of calculus. There's reasons. There's got to be reasons why they feel that this is the more efficient method, whatever reason. So I'm going to go ahead and trust them. Okay, I'm going to go back to show you the illustration, god damn it, of this thing here. This is what it looks like. This is its crazy solar panels, and here it goes. Dun, 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 the juice.
That's fun.
Wheezing the juice.
Weasel the juice.
So,
Yeah, that's
hooray.
Good,
So we
good
will
job. Good job, Juice.
be back in 8 years to give any
Yeah.
kind of information. And then it's going to take years after that for it to actually do its job. So, you know, in 2040, we'll let you know how things are going.
Yeah. We'll update you.
Sounds good.
We'll be here.
We'll be
Same
here.
couch.
Hope not. This couch is so uncomfortable, man. I don't like this couch anymore. IKEA couch. You did good.
You did good for a minute.
The table broke today, too. Our IKEA table. Right before the stream.
Yeah.
The leg is kind of wonky, and I was upstairs and I heard this like horrible crashing sound, and like half of the table fucking fell apart, and we had to fix that.
Got it.
before we got
Easy.
everything
Super
set
easy.
up, and then the camera wouldn't connect after that. So it was like a whole thing. But yeah, so that was a side rant, but it's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of space things, this is kind of neato. Did you hear about the giant fireball that actually hit the ground in Maine?
No.
It did.
What?
There was
Really?
a fucking massive fireball that was visible in the daytime for minutes.
Wow.
Minutes.
Wow. No way.
Yes. It is crazy. So they're offering a $25,000 reward for the recovery of a large enough sized meteorite.
Wow.
So there's a bunch of people, out there in Maine, and they're like, hey, we can't do this on our own. We have no idea. So if you guys go out into the woods, we don't know where. We don't know. You don't know either. Nobody knows. So if you go and you find it, let us know. We will give you $25,000,
Wow.
which is kind of cool. Is
going
the
to Maine or what?
meteorite worth more than $25,000? That is the question.
That is the question.
It might be. It might be like, you're going to have to do better than 25. You're going to have to do
Yeah.
like 125. They'd be like, damn, what's it worth to you, you bastards?
Yeah. How much you willing to pay for this meteorite? Finders keepers.
I'm just saying. So, yeah, it created a sonic boom. It landed near the border between U.S. and Canada. So it's up in the northern border region.
Oh, it's gonna be a battle. Does Canada get it or does America get it?
I don't know, man. They're going to have to check both sides because it's on one side of the line.
Yeah.
I doubt it's completely.
It might be right
half
on the
missile.
line. That'd
Wouldn't
be
that
funny.
be so crazy?
Which is technically international.
And then you chop it in half.
Yeah.
That would not be good. So they obviously have no idea what the fuck it is, but they said it could contain valuable information about the origins of the solar system. So the first meteorite piece found that weighs 2.2 pounds, which is 1 kilogram or more. So if you find a little bit, you're shit out of luck. I would keep it. I'd be fucking jazzed. But
Yeah.
they're saying that if you find one that's big enough, heavy enough at the very least, you win.
Okay.
So if anybody's interested, go to Maine and looking.
Yeah. And
So
like,
it's sparsely populated areas.
I always wonder how you're supposed to like. How do you identify that and like know that that's the one? I mean, I guess metal detectors
The metal detectors,
would help.
yes. And also they said that it will look charred from having blazed through the atmosphere. The rock is going to have a charred appearance on the outside.
Okay.
From all of the friction and all of that. So they're
It's like,
thinking
will
that
there
it
also
should be
be, like,
obvious.
Should there be like a trail of trees that have been like torn down too? Like how big was it? Was
There
it, like,
could be. They
not
don't
big, okay.
even know. All they know is it created a sonic boom. They could see it. I think someone said for 4 minutes it was visible. That's like
That's a long
that's
time.
insane.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I'd have to I feel like I want to double check that because that seems like an unreasonable amount of time.
Was there
I have
video
seen
of
some
it?
crazy videos. Or no, fireballs. But yeah, video. I don't think that there is.
Oh, good
on
night, Steve.
here. Oh, good night, Steve.
Get some rest out there.
Sweet dreams.
see
We
you.
love ya.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with
We're
us.
happy you're here. Thank you for being patient about us starting late. Or sorry. So, yeah, they're saying it may contain iron, which may be attracted to magnet. So, nobody fucking knows. They're like, okay, take your metal detectors, give it a go. If it looks weird, if you find a rock that looks weird, I mean, I love looking at rocks, but dude, that's really hard because there is so much area to look in.
Yeah.
But they're right. The scientific community is like, we don't know. Let's crowdsource the shit. Here's a bunch of money. Just go fucking try to find it. They might never find it.
Yeah. I mean, somebody will find it eventually, but will that person remember or know that there's thing for it. And yeah, Princess, there's that show. Honestly, I bet the people from the show go out there.
Oh, that would be
I
cool.
would not be
Actually,
surprised.
I didn't even know
I bet
the
there's a
show.
slew of
Interesting.
meteorite hunters who are gonna head out there and do that.
That's cool. There's a whole show about that. I usually don't watch those kind of like the Discovery or History Channel or whatever, just because they're kind of like they can be kind of cheeseball.
Yeah,
But
either.
I like
thought
the
we-
subject matter. That's cool.
I thought we watched an episode at your mom's house one time. I thought she showed us where it was like rednecks hunting meteorites essentially, and it's like some like good old boys in the country, and they were out hunting meteorites and then go find them.
I don't recall.
thought it was
I
at
know
your
she
mom's
showed
house.
us the dinosaur show. We saw they were
yeah.
hunting for dinosaur bones,
That was the one. Never mind. It wasn't
Yeah.
meteorites. It was dinosaur bones.
which the subject matter is cool about them looking for the dinosaur bones. I really just have a hard time with like network shows and the way in which they present them and all that. But it was cool subject matter for sure.
Yeah.
But that's pretty neat that there's like I like the fact if there's gonna be a show, I like the fact that there's ones about people hunting meteorites. It's good.
Yeah, it's true.
So that's cool. Okay. Well, neat. So there you go. Now you know.
No,
We had a big one fall. Actually, I think I have another article we can pull up about that. I think see if there's any additional information. Here we go. Might be just reiterating the same information, but let me check real quick.
Okay.
Nope. Same
Same
thing.
info.
Just yes.
Nothing new.
Yeah, I just want to make sure there wasn't some kind of update where like, okay, we've triangulated this 5 square mile region or something like that, like to pinpoint it a little bit more. Guess not. That's okay. All right. Do you want to talk about the stupidest people on the planet and why we may as well just get asteroid impact because it's so bad? This is so bad. I want to think that this is a trolling joke. I want to think that somebody was making a ha-ha funny joke, but it does not appear that that is the case in this one.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you know how people talk about Bitcoin mining? Oh, dude, what's up? H Money.
Oh, H money.
Hi. We are
Hi.
so glad to see you. Why are you sorry? I'm sorry. I'm so glad you're here.
Also-
oh, and Curvy's leaving. Aw, okay, Curvy, I love you. I'm sorry you have a cold.
Yeah, please feel better. Get some rest.
Aw, I'm glad that you
Eat
were
some
here to hang out
echinacea.
with us. Oh. Well, if you end up not being able to sleep and you want to listen to us ramble about shit, pop back in. But
Yeah.
maybe you need to get some rest, Krista. I
Maybe.
love you so much.
Maybe our soothing voices will just lull you to sleep.
Yes.
But I hope you feel better. Thank
Me
you
too,
for coming.
For sure. Oh, and H Money. Oh, because you pieced out for so long. I am so glad you're back.
Yeah.
Apology accepted. What have
Yeah.
you been doing? Were you doing anything super fun?
Yeah. Where you been?
Wow. Yeah,
Doing
that's
something
okay.
cool, I hope.
You don't owe us an explanation, but I'm very glad to see you. I was thinking about you recently. I was like, I wonder where H Money went to. So it was very nice that you are here. Thank you for coming back. So cool. Okay, well, okay. So, oh shit. Well, do you have the notification thing turned on? Because it should send you little push notifications to your phone.
Oh yeah.
If you wanted to,
You should be getting-
turn that thing on.
Yeah, since you're following, you should get notifications.
Oh, and you realize
Oh.
Monday is horror movie night.
It's your
That's a
horror
good
movie
night.
night.
Well,
Mm,
Since you're here, that tells me that maybe you can do a horror movie and pop in to say hi to us too. That's pretty
or
cool.
the horror movie is not very good right now, so you're like, you know what?
Yeah, whatever. I'm just so glad. I'm glad that you're here. Just make sure you turn on your little notifications so that way you at least get the option, even if you're doing something else at the time. At least you know, so you won't have to miss it. And Wednesday, I don't know.
I
Sure.
don't know, man.
That's okay.
It's totally fine.
Well, if you do it a good few weeks in a row, maybe you'll get the momentum and you will remember
Yeah.
because it'll just become a habit. I'm so sorry. I have a fucking cat here, like, in my eye
Aw.
zone. I'm not trying to, like,
Got a whole
be
cat.
ridiculous, but yeah, it's stuck on my eyelashes and it's very distracting.
That happens here.
It does, especially with Pluto. He's so fucking fluffy, man. He just has this, like, super fine, fluffy hair that just flies throughout the air. Isis, at least her hair is, like, short hair cat thing. She sheds a lot, but it stays put.
Yeah.
His just flies around,
Yeah.
which is just
Lighter than
crazy.
air.
Lighter than air.
Yeah.
It's true.
Okay, what do those stupid people think?
Oh,
What are people
Lord.
doing?
Jesus fucking Christ.
What's happening now?
Okay, so you know how they talk about with Bitcoin mining? They're like, Bitcoin mining is not good for the environment in the end because the amount of power that it uses, and it's the CO2 emissions that come from the huge amount of energy at these huge supercomputers that are mining for the Bitcoin, right? Hopefully you guys have heard that, because that way this will make a little bit more sense. But if you have not, that's basically the just giant computers the size of like warehouses. I don't really understand all the ins and outs, but they're basically constantly looking for little pieces of Bitcoins, trying to put them together. So it's a lot of computing power and energy. So this guy wanted to prove that everybody's full of shit and that Bitcoin mining has 0 carbon emissions. How would one go about doing that? A, that's not true. B, how are you going to prove that? Well, should I just show you the fucking video?
Yeah.
Okay. I hope this explains all of it. If not, I'm going to go through and explain it to you, but I'm hoping this explains it all. It hurts my brain to even talk about it, so here we go. What? Hold on, we got no volume.
Weird.
Why do we have no volume?
Plants are
Here we go.
We're here out in Rockdale, Texas. We've got lots of plants here. These plants are consuming
Not all
CO2
plants.
and emitting oxygen, which is fantastic. When we measure CO2 out here, we're in the green. There are very low levels of CO2, 455 parts per million of CO2. Just fantastic reading. Rockdale has some of the freshest air I've ever breathed. So this is a great way
There's
to
a factory
establish a
behind you.
baseline.
Yeah, with that oil refinery behind you.
We're going to
Doing
go
real good.
inside the mining facility, and we're going to
Good job,
see
Texas.
how much is this number going to go up. If the number does not go up, then the mining rigs are not emitting any CO2.
He's
If the
going
number
to
goes
the
down,
actual rigs
that would
itself,
be
thinking
interesting
it's
as well.
emitting it
So
out of
let's
the
find
computers.
out. This is where the science happens. This is the largest Bitcoin mining facility in the United States. Outside, we were at 455 parts per million of CO2. Inside, we're at 428 parts per million of CO2. So CO2 levels actually decrease a little bit by entering this Bitcoin mining facility. That might just be a measurement error. But in any case, so far our going thesis is that Bitcoin mining does not emit any CO2 at all. But let's go
Okay,
to an
yeah.
air-cooled building and see if that's the case there as
He
well.
is completely
We're on the
missing
air
the point.
intake side of this
And why does he need a
air-cooled
hard hat and
mining
a vest?
facility. We're still out here in Rockdale at Riot's world-leading mining facility. We're at 452 CO2 parts per million. Still in the green. This is good. This is good. We're going to see in the hot aisle where the exhaust is coming out of how much CO2 is coming out of the Bitcoin mining rigs. Let's find out.
He did this whole thing not understanding one fucking bit of what they're
All
talking
right.
about.
We're gonna put the meter just right behind a fan so that we're flowing all of the air onto the meter. And we're gonna see what it's gonna change here in terms of measurements.
Dude,
We're still
this
at
guy.
452 parts per million. This result makes me think that there might not be any CO2 coming out of the Bitcoin mining rig.
Nobody said there was. Nobody said it was coming out of the
I
rig.
think the science is conclusive. The data shows Bitcoin mining does not emit any CO2.
And you're right. How do we even know that that box is actually a CO2 meter anyway? That
Wow. Yeah.
does not make
I'm glad he tried that.
sense.
So now we know that, those fans aren't doing it.
Oh my God. So, Bitcoin mining company Riot Platforms recently shared a video claiming its crypto mining operation has zero carbon emissions. And if you think that's ridiculous, wait until you see how it reached its conclusion. So, I don't know. I think that they maybe just got this guy to do this to prey on the stupid people and be like, oh, see, it's totally fine, because they're not going to think about it logically or look at the science in it whatsoever. So I think they obviously, the company knows what's happening. The amount of energy that it takes to create energy, it releases CO2. That's just, there's no way around that.
Okay.
Unless you're Tesla, which is not allowed. So, and even that, there might still be some kind of things, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. But when he's like, look at all these plants, there's so many plants around, like, there's not a lot of plants.
First of all, no.
Not at all. Hi, Kirby. Hi, sweetheart.
Oh, hi, Kirby.
Welcome. Coming in hot with the redemption before you even say, hey, wow, just
Or
fucking,
Coca.
you need it. I'm
Need
glad
more
you're here.
Coca.
We were wondering where you're at.
Yeah,
So-
we were trying to summon you earlier.
We were. We totally tried to summon you with our brains.
We were talking about Dick's Big Beaver.
Yep.
So, that was a
We
thing.
thought about you. Big time. But I'm glad that you're here.
Yeah.
It's awesome. We're just talking about the fucking stupidest idiots in the world right now. Yeah. So I just don't know how, like, if this person actually really believes this, or if they were just said, hey, do this thing, people will believe it regardless of whether it's real or not, because they will.
This author, I'm really liking whoever wrote this and their sense of humor.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely very sarcastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, this is where I first started feeling confused. Surely the man in the helmet was not going to take his tester into the mining facility and hold it up to a bank of rigs and see how much carbon dioxide they're kicking out, because that would make no sense. It would barely even qualify as sane. Yes, that's exactly what he does. That's exactly what he does. So, we all saw that ridiculous fucking video here about him trying to make sense out of this. And it says, but lo, perhaps you still have doubts. To reinforce his point, the man in the helmet relocates to an air-cooled mining facility and conducts another test, which he proved with science, apparently, that there is no CO2 being emitted whatsoever. Zero. It's actually less than outside, with the cleanest air ever, with the factory and the whole thing. That was really funny, standing in front of the exhaust. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
in front of that little fan. It's just a fan that just blows air, right?
That's
Okay.
all it is.
That's good.
Yep. And then he says, I think the science is conclusive. The data shows Bitcoin mining does not emit any CO2. And it says, this video is way too late to be an April Fool's gag. It was posted on April 10th, and there's absolutely nothing to suggest it's anything but serious. I mean, it's bad. Yeah, without a clear indicator of the author's intent, any parodic or sarcastic expression of extreme views can be mistaken by some readers for a sincere expression of those views. So that's Poe's law, apparently.
Yeah.
That's very, very true.
Interesting.
He
Yeah.
said, I can't shake the feeling that the video was posted unironically. Like, not because Riot's Platforms believes any of that nonsense, but because it wants to take advantage of viewers who don't know any better. Totally what I just said. Yep. Yeah, they know better, but it's very easy to just be like,
they
it's
know.
totally fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they could have just gone a whole extra mile and just had somebody digging in the ground and finding a gold plastic coin or something like, we found one.
found
This
one.
is how we mine Bitcoin.
We're mining Bitcoin.
See, no CO2 is coming from that. And people will be like, yeah, I've seen it on the TV.
Look at this. No CO2s.
Ugh. Oh my God. It's so absolutely fucking ridiculous. So, Let's see.
So it said they shared on the same day. Hold on. Wait.
Oh, sorry.
They shared it on the same day with a furious reply to a New York Times report entitled "The Real World Cost of the Digital Race for Bitcoin," which dug into the outsized demands that large-scale Bitcoin mining puts on the power grid and the negative impacts on the environment that result. Their response characterized the report as politically driven, said it was full of distortions and outright falsehoods while making the same ridiculous claim as the video. Okay, yeah. Says, to be clear, our Bitcoin mining operations do not generate any greenhouse gas emissions similar to any other data center for Facebook, Amazon, or Google, yet we have been singled out. Our data center uses electricity from the Texas grid, which is the cleanest and most renewable energy source grid in the United States.
Is it?
I don't know. Probably not. It's Texas.
I know, that's the most surprising thing ever if that's actually correct. That's crazy.
This isn't the first time Bitcoin miners have done this type of thing. Saying that Bitcoin miners have no emissions whatsoever. That letter at least conceded that emissions were generated at the power generation source upstream from the data centers, but then asserted that somebody was going to use that power anyway, so it might as well be crypto miners. Okay, which, I mean, if you're going to claim it, then at least be honest about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone's going to use it anyway. Like, that's not really how that 100% works. Like, that's like almost like religious justification type of thing.
Yeah.
You know, like,
just that looping
like,
justification.
oh, I'm eating meat. Like, I've thought about this. Like, I'm eating meat. Okay, it's already dead. It's a hamburger. I'm not doing it. Someone's got to eat it anyway. But if there wasn't a demand for meat, generally speaking, people wouldn't fucking eat the meat. So you wouldn't have as much meat present to be eaten. Like, yes, in that moment, I'm justifying it because I'm like, it's dead. It's right here.
Yeah.
But if people didn't want it, then it wouldn't exist as much. So it's kind of a half-ass way of justifying.
Yeah.
But that's just so crazy. Why are you wearing a helmet,
Yeah, his helmet
hard
and his
hat,
vest.
and a vest?
So he looks professional.
It builds that trust, right? Like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm a worker.
Yeah.
I'm a not just a regular guy. I'm wearing a hat, a helmet, and a vest. You know, it somehow makes people, I guess, feel like take it seriously psychologically. I would imagine.
Totally.
Psychological.
Those safety vests, man. You know.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Kirby, this guy really knows his
Yeah.
stuff. He's got a helmet and a vest.
And a lanyard around his
And a
neck.
lanyard.
Which means they don't just give lanyards.
They don't just give lanyards
To
anybody.
anyone.
Nope. You can't just walk in a store and buy those.
Nope. You can't order a box of 100 of them on Amazon for $5.
I definitely didn't see them for sale at Kinko's the other day.
Nope. Not one bit. And you know what? Maybe that was his like Halloween costume or something like that. He got this helmet and the thing, the vest, and he's like sexy construction worker or whatever kind of shit, you know?
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, I got it. I got it. You know what's gonna woo them?
I got the perfect outfit.
The vest, the old vest, and
Maybe-
we're gonna throw a lanyard on it, and they're gonna totally buy
Yeah.
it.
Does anybody have a lanyard? Can I borrow a lanyard? Maybe he danced for one of those like erotic dancing things. Like he danced for Legends or something, and that was like his construction worker outfit.
God.
And he just put that on.
It's very possible. Yeah, I know plenty of dudes, a handful of dudes right now that have sexy construction worker outfits that they use for their show,
Yeah.
which, just like for the record, is so fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Me having worked those shows, they like male stripper shows. It's very interesting.
Yep.
It is. I don't get it. And they do like the sexy cop and the sexy construction worker and all that stuff, and I'm like, I don't think any of that is sexy in
None of
any
it is
way.
sexy.
Like, especially like, I'm just saying, like cops nowadays, people are scared of cops. Like, maybe not do the cop thing.
It's true. Maybe do like Forest Ranger.
There you go. That's
A
better.
little bit better.
That's a little bit.
I trust a Forest Ranger a lot more.
I do also, for sure, dude. They did a whole fireman thing, and like, oh my god, I was just trying not to laugh because people like paid money to get tickets and go into this thing. And hey, to each their own. Some people are totally into it. But
It's true.
yeah, I don't get it at all. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad that I didn't fucking pay money for this thing. And I'm getting paid money to be here. So that's even better, you know?
It's way better.
Like, it was way better. Good Lord.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Princess, you're probably right. It's like, oh yeah, he's a blue collar worker just like me. Like I trust him. We got so much in common.
Okay, yep. Weird psychology about building trust and what it takes to build trust. A little
Yeah.
dumb thing. But then there's people like us who are critical thinkers who are like, why the fuck do you need a hard hat in a fucking warehouse? Like that. Like, shit's not falling from the sky. You're not constructing anything. Are there Bitcoins falling from the sky?
Bitcoins are just falling left and right. You never know when a Bitcoin's just gonna fall from the ceiling.
Yeah. And you better wear that vest to make sure that the Bitcoin mining vehicles that are driving through make sure to see you and not run you
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, the trucks that are carrying all the Bitcoins.
Yeah, the tractors, Bitcoin tractors.
Yeah, you want to stand out. Don't want to get run over by a Bitcoin truck. It's not good.
Dude.
Not good. Those Bitcoins are heavy, you know. You can't stop one of those trucks on a dime.
Nope.
Can't even stop it on a Bitcoin.
Nope. It's so fucking ridiculous, dude. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I find it really funny. That was just the dumbest thing. That's like the people talking about how the earth is flat and they do all these things and then it does not have the data that they wanted it to. It actually does show the curvature of the earth and they're like, no.
Yeah.
This machine is not calibrated correctly. It's like, no, it literally is. It's told you the answer, which is it's not flat. Deal with it.
Yeah.
And they just cannot do
Well,
it and convince anybody anything.
This machine's
So-
busted. My controller's broken. The buttons are stuck.
It's so fucking stupid. So that was just the next level of like, wow, really?
It's a little,
This is what we're doing? This is what we're doing. Okay.
I
And
mean-
people are believing it.
You know, the numbers show there's no CO2 coming out of those computers. There was actually less CO2. They're helping.
There was less.
They're helping the
It's
environment.
actually consuming the CO2 and spitting out oxygen, don't you know?
Yeah, computers live on CO2. That's how they operate.
They do. They suck it up like trees.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
That's
okay.
fun.
So that's our segment on the stupidest people on
On
the
dumb
planet
people.
today. We should do a segment of that every week. I should have the like, okay,
Yep. Darwin Awards. Type of thing.
dumbest
Almost
idiots.
Darwin Awards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
close enough. May as well. May as well. So,
Do you want to
okay,
do
we made it.
that oracle card for Sarah?
Sure. Oh, I actually have to go get
Oh, do
the
you?
cards.
Okay, I was about
what
to get up. I can go grab them.
card deck? Are you sure? You
Yeah.
have a cat. I can get up.
That's okay. I'm going to get a refill.
Okay.
Yeah, that plastic box was definitely a CO2 monitor.
I mean,
Absolutely.
the thing is, it very well could be, but I don't know what a CO2 monitor looks like. So you could just hold up any box and be like, "This is the meter for the thing," and people will just buy it. You
This
know?
box has numbers on it.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna
just
put it up.
ridiculous.
I'm gonna
Okay,
pass you
moon
over.
cards.
Moon cards. Moon cards it is.
Moon
Here,
cards.
take a Pluto.
Okay.
Take this napping kitty cat.
Hi, little fluffy buddy friend.
He loved that. He just went for it. Moon cards.
So yeah, that one killed me. Reading that article and just hearing what that guy had to say, like, it's just getting so ridiculous that you can hold up anything, say it's a CO2 reader, put on a hat, make this ridiculous statements, and people won't even question it. And he even says, the science speaks for itself. Like, obviously, cat's gone. Obviously, science proved blah, 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 blah. So then you've got some impressionable people that are like, oh, I saw this thing and it's totally science. Like, it's not science in any kind of way. So that's where I'm at right now. I just keep seeing things like this. It's like the whole face palm thing. I just feel like I'm like constantly face palming. Sweet. Okay, moon cards have arrived. Okay, Sarah, how would you like to go about this? Would you like me to choose? Would you like to say stop? Do you want to give me a number and I can shuffle and I can do that many cards from the top? It is completely up to you. You name your adventure right now. And also, I saw your past thing. I'm sorry that you have this anxiety. I'm sorry about that. But it's okay because you're almost out of there and then you don't have to fucking worry about it anymore. So you're going to have a new job. It's going to be better. It's going to be great. I'm sorry that it is causing you anxiety, but...
Yeah, but did you get the job that you were aiming for? Did you get the video job?
Yes.
Was that the one?
Yeah.
I didn't hear the...
On Monday. She gave us the heads up. She got the fucking job.
Sick. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. Yep. I'm so glad you got that.
She totally got it, and she hates her current job, and it's almost over, which is so
You're almost
cool.
there. And you got a better job coming, which, that's cool. That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. I didn't hear the news. Oh, I'm sorry for that.
Sorry. It is hard to work with a wailing person around, I would say. But
This is true. Huh?
I'm really, really, really happy that you got it, though. This is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So don't worry. I know it's easy to say don't worry, but what I'm saying is this is the last week. So, okay, they made you go sit in the car because you were crying. It's not going to fucking matter in a week. You're going to be done. Just get through this week.
Yep.
Deal with it the
You
best
only
that you
got
can.
4 more days. And really, Friday being your last day, like, you're not going to have anything to do Friday. So 3 more days. And a throwaway day, right? So that's good.
Okay. No, you will not have to deal with stupid people and Karen like Microsoft customers. So don't worry.
It's true.
Just make it through this week. Don't let it stress you out that bad. You're gone. It's over. It's already in the past. You just have to live this last little tiny section.
It's true.
I promise it's gonna be okay. Ooh, interesting. Okay. I pulled these 2, and I might pull one more as a potential outcome, but these are 2 interesting cards that I pulled. We have a fiery climax approaches and a personal issue reaches resolution. Those are, I feel, interesting. Together, this is a explosive ending.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they've pushed you to the fucking limit.
You're pushing it to the limit.
Your personal issue with this place reached its resolution and a fiery climax approaches. So it's up to you. You can either do your best to hold your shit together for this next week and go out with grace as much as possible, or you could totally lose your fucking shit, which may or may not be in your benefit as far as using them for a reference. I don't know. But this is saying a fiery climax is approaching. And it's full moon in Aries, which is like completion of a thing. And the other one is full moon in Cancer.
Oh.
So Aries, confrontation, Cancer, emotion. Mm-hmm. So you have, this is like the ending of your cycle right here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting, pulling the 2 of those at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good pull.
It is. It really is. So I think this is acknowledging where you're at right now. So I guess making a decision about how you choose to operate for the next week as the fiery climax. I mean, it can be as fiery as you, I guess, want it to be. And if you go out, take this job and shove it and fucking flipping desks, like, by all means, do whatever you gotta do.
And I feel like that doesn't have to be fiery as far as explosive either. It could be fiery relating to passions too. So you could be leaning into something that you're more passionate about and going somewhere that you you more care about. So it's like it's
Okay, that's a
fiery,
good
but
way to
it's
say
more
it.
of a like an internal fire. It doesn't have to be fiery ragey. It can be more growing and, internally moving into something that you need to be moving into. So it's like a climax at the end of this thing, but those fires are being ignited inside of you.
That's a
type of
good
thing.
way to look at it. Okay, I'm into that. So, okay, you're at the fiery climax. All right. Well, you're in control of how you handle said fiery climax. If you're feeling that it more points towards that, I mean, it could be double meaning too. You know? All right, you're in this fiery climax, but it also could be pointing towards passions as well. And you are removing yourself from the thing that is not serving you, and you're putting yourself into a hopefully better situation. But you always want to make sure that you are being your best as well
Yeah.
at the new job. So I would say try to just hold it together the best that you can.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, and your coworker's calling out tomorrow as well, and then you're going in late. Well, hell, maybe the fiery climax is for that company. They're gonna
Yeah,
have to deal
sounds
with
like
you
the
guys
company
leaving, and they're gonna be all scrambling.
Is
But
super climaxing.
They might
right
be
now.
losing people.
Okay, and I just pulled one more, and it says the answers you need are coming, and it's another full moon in Gemini.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
The answers you need are coming.
Okay.
So just hang in there. It's okay. I think that's a very uplifting kind of card.
Yeah. You're
Make it
heading
through.
heading into good space,
Yep.
and this is definitely the end of a cycle.
Yeah.
Being the
That was very
full
much
moon,
like
yeah.
full moon, boom, all this shit's going down, and it's okay. Answers you need are coming. Just hang tight.
Yeah.
Give it a fucking minute. Good. Cool.
Yeah.
I
that's
think
awesome.
that was
That
good
a
pulls.
reading.
That's why, I pulled the two, and I was like, okay, that is relevant right now, but I think I need, like, and moving forward, we need one more card, and that, it's not giving you answers, but it's like, it's okay. Just,
Yeah. Just saying.
they
hold
will
on.
come. Just chill. So there you go. I feel good and positive about it, so.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'm glad you like my cards that I pull for you.
Hmm.
I'm glad you feel that I'm a good person to do that for you. So
Yeah. Definitely.
yes. Yep, Dusty made the ultimate point. They're going to face the fire of you not being there and trying to function without you.
Yeah.
So there you
Yeah.
go.
The climax is on your end. The fire is on their end. Their shit's burning down. Apparently, everybody's like, this place sucks.
Yep. Just honestly hold your head high.
Yeah.
Don't give them that fucking energy at this point. They've already taken enough from you. I know sometimes it's still irritating, but what are they gonna do? Fire you? Say what's on your mind. Let it
Fire.
out. Say seriously, just before you probably would not respond in certain kind of sarcastic ways at risk of losing the job. Say it like it is. Do a practice. Do a practice round. This is you actually saying how you really fucking feel with people that you don't want to deal with.
That's true.
Try it. Give it a go. Seriously, if they fire you, then you're like, cool, I don't have to come back here for 3 more shitty fucking days, and I'll go to my other job. I have a
Sweet.
few days off. No big deal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the place is falling apart. Fucking tell them that. Give it a go. It'll be fun. You might feel better because if you're bottling up a bunch of shit that you've been dealing with, it's causing you to have anxiety and be crying and shit like that. Like, you don't want to do that. Say it to their face. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Good point, Princess. It's not your problem.
Yeah.
True story.
Yeah.
So-
They're going down. Fireball. Going down in a fireball.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Too bad. It sucks for them, but it doesn't suck for you because you found something better. So don't worry. Hang in there. Make it through this week. Do a, try a test run of reacting differently and speaking your truth to them and not bottling how you're feeling or having it come out in this way. I would just try being straight. See how it makes you feel. What are they gonna do?
It's true.
Find some confidence.
Yeah.
So that way you can go into the next job. Let it go. Let all the shit go. It'll be okay. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
The answers are coming. Hang in there.
It's a good time to test out your confidence. Just like a karaoke when there's no one there.
Yeah,
Testing out. Can I do this song?
that's a good way to put that. Yep. The other night at karaoke, there was like nobody there for the first like hour and a half. It was like just us and the employees,
Yeah. that
and
was
we
good.
sang all these songs that like we've never done before, and it just felt more comfortable being able to do that because we had nothing to lose. It was just us, and if it was shitty, then we laughed about it. Whatever. I'm not embarrassed. I don't care. We laughed about our songs that we did that weren't so good, or if we couldn't hit the fucking notes or whatever. But there's not much to lose, and it felt good. I'm glad that I tried new songs, and I found a couple new songs that I actually really liked that I will add to my rotation. So if you use the same kind of idea and you don't have anything to lose, just be fucking honest,
Yeah. That's true.
So try it and report back. Give them a piece of your mind if you need to.
Oh, Princess, thanks.
Right?
I'm kind of wise sometimes.
Yes.
If I say enough things, one or two of them will stick.
See, that's why I like this podcast, because people can actually hear you and they have to listen to what you're saying because they're logged in. In real life, you would not
It
believe how
sucks
many
for you
people
guys.
don't hear Dusty's amazing, wonderful insight in the world because he speaks so fucking quietly, nobody can hear him. And then everybody just wants to talk and they talk right over him. And this is so great that you have wise things to say and you're helping and people hear you.
Glad I can do it sometimes.
I am very glad.
I don't need to do it all the time.
I
Only for
appreciate
you
it
guys.
all the time. I do. Did I miss the penises? Yep, you did.
Yep.
What were you doing while you were not here for penises?
Just got off work. She was working.
Oh.
Yeah, you
Fine.
missed Dick's Big Brown Beaver.
Okay. Speaking of offices, though, this is going to be a good segue here.
Okay.
So, okay, you work at an office. So, this is funny. This guy was on a plane, and he's sitting in the business section in like first class or whatever, and he's sitting there watching The Office, chilling, and the dude, Rainn Wilson, is sitting right fucking next to him, and he had no idea.
That's funny.
He had no idea. He's wearing a mask, which, could have been for like safety purposes, but also it's kind of cool for celebrities now because they don't have to be as recognizable. They can just get on a fucking plane and do their thing and not
Yeah.
have to worry about shit. You don't have to sign a million autographs and like the whole thing.
Yeah, but that's nice.
Yeah. So he wasn't wearing the glasses, so you just see his fucking eyeballs, dude, and he thought it was so funny. So he made this tweet: when the person sitting next to you has no idea who you are. And there it is. Boom. He's sitting there watching that shit. The guy's just eating his food. Blah, 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 blah. He could have been talking to him the whole fucking time in real life. Didn't even know.
Yeah.
So that's funny.
I hope this guy, somebody recognizes him and lets him know that he was sitting right next to him.
Yes, dude. Oh my God. He'd be like, what
He'd
the
be
fuck?
like, oh, jeez.
And that, like, Rainn Wilson made a tweet of him. Like, it's just so funny. It's
Yeah.
so fucking funny, dude. See, I don't watch The Office, but he was a really great character in 6 Feet Under, which is my favorite show of all time. So I would totally address him as Arthur, and which, he might actually appreciate because I'm sure most people see him as the Office guy. But I'm like, oh my God, Arthur. He'd be like, shut up. That's like a deep cut, man. So, yeah. I thought that was super fucking funny. And, you never know who's going to be sitting next to you on a plane, so pay attention. I guess that is
That's true.
that
Look
is
around.
the goal.
Cool. Oh, yeah, Sarah, I'll send you that link.
Talking about giant beavers. Okay, so cool. There you go. That was pretty fun. That was like a quick weird news moment. I thought it was cute.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Do I even want to go on and on about this? Okay, it's gonna be funny, I guess. It's a fucking Trump thing. Trump went off on a rant about something that made no sense. And I'm not even going to show his fucking stupid face on the podcast. I'm just going to like reiterate You don't even need to see it.
Yeah,
I
we know.
hate looking at his
We know what it
stupid
looks
face.
like.
He started going off about the threat of nuclear warming that nobody even talks about. What? So this is his quote. When I listen to people talk about global warming and that the ocean will rise in the next 300 years by 1/8 of an inch, which, by the way, I just need to stop right there. That is not in any way what the science says whatsoever. That's not even close. That's
that.
not. No.
Okay, yeah.
Sea level rise is like proven. It's prominent. It is not 1/8 of an inch in 300 years. So I'm just going to say that. But they talk about how it's a big problem. A big problem is nuclear warming, and nobody even talks about it. The environmentalists talk about all this nonsense in many cases. That was his quote. So, the biggest problem we have in the whole world is not global warming, it's nuclear warming. He claimed a second time. He said it again. And all it takes is one madman, and you're going to have a problem like the likes of which the world has never seen. He maybe was referencing nuclear winter, which is the opposite
Yeah.
of nuclear warming. It's maybe he just switched it up in his fucking head or something like that and didn't properly explain that.
That's what happens. When you're insane.
It even threw Tucker Carlson off, which that says
Whoa.
that says a lot.
Okay, yeah.
So critics say that it didn't even show up on an internet search. They're like, Google has never even heard of nuclear warming. Nobody's even heard of it.
Yeah.
Someone said the science department at Trump University was severely underfunded. The actual unhinged rantings of a lunatic. Not a lick of this makes any sense. Dude.
Yeah. What are you talking about? Why are you talking? Shouldn't you
Dude.
be in prison? Why are you talking?
Seriously. Oh, yeah. And Princess says this moron believes humans have finite energy, so no one should exercise because it takes away your life force. And you should drink bleach. Also.
Yeah, definitely drink bleach.
Yep. So,
What?
yeah. He confused Tucker Carlson, where he couldn't even like get on board with that.
And this was at a speech somewhere? That he was making? Or was this just like a social media rant? Does it say in the
I don't
beginning where
even
he was doing?
fucking
where he
know.
was
Let's
talking?
see. Oh, it was an interview with Tucker on the
Okay.
11th.
Wow.
He was doing an
That's
interview, and
great.
Tucker Carlson was like, "What?" Someone says his expression when Trump says nuclear warming is a bigger problem than global warming. They tweeted a picture of Tucker looking super confused. And he said Tucker Carlson didn't even know where that was going for a while. Because, I mean, nobody can hop on that. Like, it doesn't make any sense at all. So he said it was quite a chat. This is the overview. Trump covered everything from World War III, which he seems to be rooting for, to wanting to take the president of China to a Broadway show. And also, as he often does, managed to shoe in some thoughts about the N-word, which is nuclear N-word. There's a couple N-words, but talking about that. He does not have the best words. He is not a stable genius.
He does not have the best words. I have the best words. I know all the words.
Oh, my
Like
God.
China. Why do his lips do that?
I don't know.
I feel like that's the biggest thing that confuses me about him is why is that a look that we do? And he'll just stop talking about
I know.
what are you doing there?
I know. It's so weird. Well, I think maybe it's the equivalent of like duck lips or something. Maybe.
Yeah. Platypus lips. It's good.
Yeah. Weibug said he may have meant war, like nuclear war, but added a Ming.
Added a
You know what the
Ming.
bigger problem is nuclear war. Ming.
More mongering.
Oh, man.
Yeah, maybe. Nuclear. warming.
It's-
Yeah, no one's
so-
talking about nuclear warming. He is right about that.
That's
But
he's right
is
about something.
that no one is talking about nuclear
it
warming.
was so ridiculous that I had to share it. Normally, I don't like to fucking talk about his stupid dumb face, but in that circumstance, I was like,
nuclear warming.
okay, so that's funny because it makes
Also,
no
I
fucking
looked
sense.
up sea level rise, and it's estimated that by 2050, the sea level could rise up to as much as 12 inches
from now
from now
in 2050,
in 2050. Yeah,
which is
not 300 years.
not 300
Not
years.
anywhere near 300
Google 300 years to see how. Actually, I could call in my friend, the sea level rise specialist,
Yeah.
and I mean, there's no way to really know because shit's getting like out of control. But based on
Could
what we're-
rise up to by more than 4 feet by the end of the century.
what the fuck? Oh, that's not good.
They will likely rise between 2.3 and 4 feet by the year 2300, and they will likely continue to rise beyond that point.
Okay, so about
So-
4. It could be 4 feet.
Yeah.
Not an eighth of an inch. Get out of here. He's just saying words that don't make any fucking sense,
An
dude.
eighth of an inch.
God.
1/8 of an inch.
Jesus. Waybug, nuclear warming, fake news.
Yeah. Nuclear warming. Why is no one talking about nuclear warming?
That is
Because no one knows what that is, or
so fucking funny.
it's not a
dude.
real
But
thing.
It's not real.
It's not
But he just says things and people are like, yeah. Yeah. Did you hear about that nuclear? It's a bigger problem than global warming, man.
It's huge. It's huge.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, let's talk about the sun for a second and how much it warms nuclearly. Nuclearly.
Okay. So in funner news, I guess this headline is funny. I don't feel like it was necessary to give these descriptive words for this headline. Here, I'm just gonna turn it on. 20-pound rodents with big orange teeth, rat-like tails, and no necks are wreaking havoc in the U.S. and landing on the most wanted lists. Why would you say it like that?
Yeah.
Kelsey Vlamus, what are you thinking?
Come
You could
on.
just be like, invasive rodent species wreaks havoc on the whatever. Like, with no necks.
No necks.
No necks.
They have no
That's the
neck.
descriptive term that you're going to be using?
Their-
Why?
Their torso is attached directly to their head.
Oh, my
They're
God.
freaks of nature.
Oh my God. So essentially, in a nutshell, nutrias, which are like, it's a cross between essentially like a beaver and a rat. It's larger in size. It's not just a rat, but it's very rat-like.
And very good hair. I mean, look,
It's some good hair.
look at that. Look at that face. That's yeah,
It's
they
pretty
got
good.
Good hair. They're cute.
Hey, what's up, Nocti? Welcome back. We're glad you're here.
Noctilucents. They're just muskrats.
Yes.
Yeah.
So speaking of his hair, he said it has very nice hair, which that is actually why they have become invasive in the United States. Is they were brought to the United States from South America in the 1800s for their fur. So like they would do beaver pelts and everything. They brought them up. They're like, oh, these guys have great fur. We'll just pop a bunch of them all over the place, and then we can hunt them and we can use their fur. It'll be great. And
We'll just
now
put 'em everywhere.
in 2023, apparently they have no necks and they're a nuisance. So
Yeah.
there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said they're destroying wetlands and threatening flood infrastructure.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got those in your marshes in Canada, really?
Oh yeah, they're all over Canada.
That's
yeah.
kind of cool. I mean, I guess not if it's like fucking up your whole like wildlife thing, but like I don't know. I think they're cool looking.
They're pretty cool.
They're pretty neat.
I always liked when I saw them at the lakes and stuff. They're fun.
I've never seen one.
I like them.
It sounds like a cool thing to see.
Yeah. That's a big rodent, but they're cute.
Is it like similar to a capybara kind of thing, but not really, or no?
Not really. I guess
Look at them
kind of. I mean,
go.
I think the cross between a rat and a beaver is a really good reference because it is like a giant rat essentially, is what they are.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, look at that guy. over
Are
there.
they
He's a rat.
aggressive towards humans?
They can be, but
That's scary.
yeah, they can be.
And they swim in the water. So if you're swimming, will they like bite you in the water?
I've never seen them just like come at people, but I know like if they have babies or if you back them in a corner, they can be mean. But I think it's
Okay.
just a defense thing. They're not like hunting people or anything.
Well,
But that one,
so primarily they live along the Gulf Coast, so like Louisiana and Florida. But it says in Texas, they've made the Parks and Wildlife Department's most unwanted list. Dun dun dun. So that includes invasive plant and animal species that are causing the most destruction. So environmental damage caused by nutria has also been documented in the Pacific Northwest and on the Atlantic coast. I didn't know we had them up here. But
yeah, I think they're kind of everywhere. Like
I've literally never seen one in my life.
I didn't feel like they were just like sequestered to one little area, but I feel like they're everywhere. They're just water rats essentially.
Yeah.
But
Well, let's.
what are they doing to
let me see.
damage the environment?
So they eat up to 25% of their body weight in plants every day because their feeding strategy involves burrowing as much as 10 times the amount of plant material that they actually eat is wasted in the process. So they're just tearing plants up. When they burrow, the nutria can create complex dens that go almost 20 feet deep and span 164 feet into a bank. In addition to destroying the soil, native plant communities, and agricultural crops, the burrowing can trigger erosion, cause levees to break, and damage infrastructure that helps prevent floods.
Okay.
So, since they tend to live near water, they pose an especially significant threat to endangered native species which rely on the wetland habitat. And they also carry pathogens and parasites that can contaminate water supplies and potentially spread to humans.
Okay.
So, I mean, it looks pretty
That's
cute.
pretty cute.
The rodents were finally declared eradicated in Maryland last year.
Wow, really? They got rid of them in Maryland?
I guess they did.
You're banned. You're
Yeah.
banned, Nutrias. Get out of here.
That sucks. That they're just fucking shit up. I wish they could just like live their lives and be peaceful in the environment. You know? So to get them out, they hunt them, trap them, even fitting them with collars and letting them loose again in hopes they will lead officials to more of them. So like they're tracking them, try to get to their dens.
Noctilucent said apparently they're similar to a muskrat, but slightly larger, and they come from South America. Oh, so they're not the same. Okay, not the same as a muskrat. Yeah, I kind of thought muskrat was just the name for nutrias in Canada. Thought it was just another
Oh,
term. But okay, not quite the same. Muskrat's
no,
different.
similar.
Noted.
So okay, here's where we start talking about the no necks. So they're talking about the collars, right?
Okay, yeah.
So then it says its round frame poses a problem for collaring. Nutria don't have necks, so it's an extreme challenge to try and collar them. Okay. That gives a little bit more insight, but that was not a necessary thing to put in the title of this article. I think that's absolutely
I mean,
ridiculous.
they have a neck. Just because they have a fat neck doesn't mean they don't have a neck.
No.
You got a neck. If you got shoulders and you got a head, you're going to have a neck.
This is the neck region.
Yeah. So it's a fat neck,
It's a neck.
but it's a neck.
It's a neck.
It's just a fat neck.
But they don't have necks. See,
It's not
a
their
quote.
fault. Don't body shame them.
Don't
it's not
have
their
it.
fault. It's the same size as their chest.
So, okay, so there you go. They're wreaking havoc through the land. Watch out. Watch out in
Watch
your
out for the
marshes, Nocti. Fucking A.
Yep.
They're coming to
Watch
get
your
you.
marshes. Giant rodents with no necks.
Giant rodents with no necks.
That sounds
Watch out.
terrifying. No, it's the beast with
So
1,000
funny,
eyes.
dude.
No. Okay.
So, okay, this next thing is kind of fun. Arnold Schwarzenegger over time has made a lot of headlines for just being kind of like a cool dude, you know, as time's gone on. He seems to be somebody who is involved in the community and tries to help people out. He made some really cool videos during the COVID lockdown about telling people to stay in their homes and everything. Like, he seems like he's a pretty chill dude. And apparently there has been a pothole in his neighborhood for many months. It's like a large pothole. and cars and bikes and people were getting fucked up on this fucking pothole, and the city was not coming by to fix it. So he said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go fill it in my damn self. I like to make shit happen. I'm a doer. So I'm just going to go fill it in myself.
I'm a governor.
I'm a governor. We're going to do the thing. So they came back and were like, which we don't, who knows if it's true or not. They could have just been trying to like cover their own asses. I don't know. But they're like, this is a service trench that is used by the local gas company. So you just filled in a service trench that you like weren't supposed to fill in. And he's like, it's in the road. Like it's literally in the road. And they said that they were doing work during the winter time and they were supposed to fill it in after they were done. I guess in January it the project was done. So they should have within a reasonable time frame filled the fucking hole in. But they didn't, and after he filled it in they were annoyed that he took the opportunity to do it. And they were like, whatever, like, we were gonna fix it, but there was bad weather. It's California. There's not bad weather all the time.
They don't have bad weather.
No. So he was just like,
except
well,
for the
that's
past
fucking bullshit.
month, I guess.
There has been some bad weather, but he's like, listen, it's been like, we're going on like 4 months at this point. January to April at this point. Like, he was not stoked about it. So, I mean, we talked last week. I don't think you were here for that when we were talking about the tree, the guy planting the tree in the pothole. And if you missed that one, it was actually, it was pretty funny. He planted a tree and the city wouldn't fix the pothole, so he planted a tree in it. And then the city came and took the tree that same day, and he went and found another tree, put a tree in it, put some Christmas lights on it, and was like, what are you going to do? And the next day they fixed the fucking pothole.
Oh,
they
nice.
did it. Yep.
That's good.
So
That's a good technique. Yeah.
It's kind of funny that we have another like pothole situation, but it's the governor fixing it.
Potholes are things. I've also seen where somebody went and spray painted giant dicks around them, and they fixed them real fast.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he was just trying to do the right thing. It was screwing up cars. It was fucking shit up, and he was really trying to make the effort to help the situation. And it's funny they came back. They're like, whatever, it's a trench. You can't have a gas trench in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
You need to either close the road off. You need to put cones around it. You need to have a detour route or something like that. They're just like, whatever, we just like had this hole in the road and it's fine because there's been bad weather, or what are we supposed to do? Like, it took him an hour or whatever to go put some asphalt in there.
Yeah. And if it's a trench for servicing a gas line, that seems dangerous to be driving over. Like,
Yes.
that you're going to break a gas line, right? Or like whatever is in there. Like, surely if he went and filled it and there wasn't like a nozzle sticking up or a pipe that's exposed or something, like, that's just a hole. That's not a service trench.
No.
Like,
No. It's, yeah, if it's not professionally managed in that kind of way, diverting traffic around it, no, it's not. But it sounds like they were just kind of just like, whatever, it's fine. It was totally just a service trench. Nothing wrong with it. How are we supposed to fix it since January with all this weather that we're having? Like, it's not, like, if you lived in a place that was covered in snow
yeah.
for 4 months, okay.
Yeah.
So,
That's ridiculous.
yep. So, there you go.
Good job. Good job, Swartz.
Yep.
May the
So,
Schwarzenegger be with you.
Yeah, yes. Be the Arnold that you want to be, where if you see a problem, fucking fix it. And people might try to bullshit and try to be like, oh, whatever, you filled in a service trench, you didn't do the right thing. But he knows he did the right thing, and he knows they're full of shit. So he specifically is a problem solver guy. He said he doesn't like to be one that just complains about things. He likes to figure out ways to
He's
fix
a
it.
doer. And he's got
So-
the money to go and buy some asphalt and tools and be like, yeah, here, fucking
Yeah.
I'm filling this in.
So there's actually a little video, I guess. I haven't seen the video. Let's see. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Wrong one. Please stand by. Wrong one.
Okay, that is a perfectly cut hole, though.
It is. They called it a pothole, so it's not a pothole, but you can't just cut a ditch in the road.
Well, you have to do it yourself. I mean, this is crazy. For 3 weeks I've been waiting for this horn to be closed.
It's been 3 weeks for this thing. I'm driving over this in my gigantic Hummer for 3 weeks.
Okay,
Oh,
so it's
okay,
definitely
yeah,
not.
that does look like a trench.
It does.
But that's the things that they put metal plates over and shit. And they're like, caution metal plates.
Yes,
Be careful, motorcycles.
and they didn't do it.
They didn't do that.
So I don't blame them at all. I don't blame them.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't blame them for shit.
Do something.
Yep, good job.
Next time you should just build a
Arnold.
bridge over it. Just put like a little ramp up and over.
Yes.
That's
Yes, I'm Princess. Yes, the city should have been concerned about it because people can get fucking hurt from that shit, man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if there's not like a caution motorcycle sign on there, like anybody on a bike could have hit that and fallen and then sued. Yeah. Real quick, Waybug had a weird law.
Oh shit, I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you find a weird law?
I didn't. Waybug, where did you
said
have a
anywhere.
logo? Oh, anywhere? Oh, I missed that one. Okay. At least we're seeing anything. Okay. Teamwork. So anywhere.
Anywhere.
Anywhere weird law. Let's see. What about
Cambodia.
Cambodia?
Oh, you know what? I actually have an article that would go along with a fucking weird law.
Really?
If that helps. Yeah. You
Okay.
can do one on the fly, but I do have something that is relevant. So we can do that after this one, I guess.
Okay. Okay. The 3 weirdest laws that popped up for Cambodia.
Okay.
Are you
That
ready
sounds
for
good.
this?
Yeah.
Weird law number 1 in Cambodia. By law, anyone criticizing the Khmer Rouge, the Henge Samrin, or Hun Sen regimes will have their heads chopped off. Wow.
Criticizing.
Don't criticize evil regimes, apparently.
No way.
Can't do that. That was probably made by those regimes, actually, when they were in power. I'm willing to bet.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Okay, don't do that. Weird law number 2 in Cambodia. It is against the law to use water pistols during New Year's celebrations.
Okay.
All right, yeah. What? Yeah, okay, that's a law. It puts out our candles. Stop doing it. I lit these candles for New Year's, man.
That's very specific. I wonder what the deal is with
I,
that.
I don't know. Can I click on it? Will it give me a thing? Let me see. Maybe it tells me something about this. Nope. I got nothing.
Bummer.
Okay. Weird law number 3. Or I guess number 1. 3, 2, 1. We're going 1. This is 1. It is illegal to intentionally jump onto any of the 10 million landmines that scar the country.
How are you going to be held accountable?
It's like suicide
jump-
illegal.
Yeah, but like, you can't really bust somebody for that.
Well, if you do it and you live, you're fucked. Better not live.
How would they know? You're like, I was just walking in the field and blowing my leg off,
I
man.
tripped and fell.
There's 10 million landmines? And are
Guess
they
so.
marked?
They wouldn't be marked.
Well,
That's
then how could
probably
you
like-
intentionally jump on something if it's not marked?
I mean, you can end up seeing them sometimes if you're looking for them. There's a little thing that sticks up. So if you're looking real hard, you can see them sometimes. They'll get uncovered. But, you know, that's the thing. But yeah, there's landmines left all over Vietnam, too, from the Vietnam War. They have teams that go out and find them. They'll have one go off. Somebody will hit some, and they'll go off, and they'll have teams go out and search for more.
That is the
And
worst job
deactivate
I've
'em.
ever heard.
It's a stressful job. A
Yeah,
very
the
stressful
most,
job.
like, what's more stressful than, like, walking around in a field looking for landmines?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
That's the worst.
Yeah, at least if you're looking for them, you can have a metal detector, and you walk in a straight line, and you detect in front of you. So it's like you know you're not stepping
Okay.
on a thing. But
That makes sense.
You walk
That's
real
actually
slow.
helpful.
yeah,
Okay.
But yeah, there you go.
Damn. Those are good. Those are
good
pretty good.
Weird laws. Cambodia
I like those weird
with
laws.
the weird laws.
I'm gonna keep
No
it
water pistols during New Year's. Why?
Weird, huh? Okay, here is another weird law.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, here we go. So, if you go to Bali, you should definitely not get naked and do a photo shoot with the sacred 700-year-old tree. Don't do it. Don't do it. Even if it's for Instagram likes, you don't do it.
Okay.
They are deporting this woman. This has happened twice, by the way. There have been 2 separate instances of people posing naked with this tree, and it's an issue both times.
Okay.
It's a 700-year-old tree. This is the second time in the year that this has become an issue. And they said, to all foreigners who disrespect our land, Bali is our home, not yours. There's a lot of angry people who said, so this is a local activist and businesswoman who has some things to say.
Okay.
Do you think you'll look cool taking naked pictures on our holy trees? Go back to your country if you can't respect our tradition and culture. Like, she's pissed.
Okay.
So, it's a Muslim majority nation. So, modesty is key.
Yeah.
And she is facing deportation. I mean, I don't see the big deal, personally. It's not my culture, so I can't say. I respect them, whatever.
Yeah.
But this comes less than a year after a Russian yoga influencer was deported for posting similar photos at the sacred tree. Now it's like can you get away with it? Can you fucking do it? I guess. She faced massive backlash after sharing the photos on the tree and later posted an apology video where she prayed at the base of the tree, fully clothed, and expressed her regret.
Okay.
So her and her husband were deported over the incident, with Bali immigration chief saying they had endangered public order and were disrespectful to the local norms. So
Okay.
then another chick was like, I'm going to do it anyway. That's fucked up. This was the first chick.
Oh, that's offensive.
That's definitely more of a sexy pose,
Yeah.
which I don't give a shit what people are doing. But, like, this is more provocative pose when I feel like the other one seemed more...
More innocent and loving towards the tree.
Yes.
Whereas this one has got other things that it portrays.
Yes.
Mhm.
So... The controversial photos are only the latest incident in a long string of tourists misbehaving in Bali, a trend authorities are quickly growing tired of. Bummer. Local government are considering an array of new rules to be enforced on the tropical island, including a tourist-only tax, a ban on motorbikes, and a change in who can apply for a visa from inside Indonesia. Between January and March, around 620 foreigners were deported from Indonesia for visa violations, including overstaying, misbehaving, and being disruptive. Hotel workers have been told to do their best to educate tourists on what is and what isn't allowed in Bali, while authorities look at installing large billboards around the island to further explain customs.
Okay. There's going to be big billboards that say, don't get naked on our trees.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
It'll
good.
be like the naked person by a tree
Yeah,
with
naked,
a no.
Okay.
That sucks. That They're pissed right now. They're
Yeah.
don't do that.
That is a great tree, though.
It's a great tree. It's a great tree. 700-year-old tree. Wow. Shame. And then this one.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know. It looks like
that's
she's
fine.
having them in the tree.
There's side
Don't do it.
boob. No.
There's side boob. Don't do it.
Don't do
Whatever
side
you
boob.
do. Weird law, you can get deported if you
Old
hug
trees.
a tree naked.
Old trees hate side boob. I don't know if you guys knew that.
It's true.
Wow, that is crazy.
Yep.
Okay.
I agree with you. I thought so too. I was like, ouch. Okay, well, noted. Made it through that one. Oh, this is going to be good.
Okay.
This one's fun. Remember the whole Wienermobile
Yeah.
scenario? They were looking for a driver for the Wienermobile.
Yeah.
And then somebody stole the catalytic converter of the Wienermobile. It was drama. Apparently, Wienermobile's doing okay right now
Okay, good.
because it has transformed this week into a wedding chapel in Las Vegas.
What?
Wienermobile weddings.
Yeah, wiener weddings.
The Wienermobile of love.
Ooh.
That's some weird fucking news.
Yeah, that's
This is
weird.
the pinnacle.
Who's getting married in a wiener?
Apparently, quite a few people.
A lot of people.
They only did 2 days of weddings. You can bust them out pretty fast.
Oh, H Money's back just in time for wiener weddings.
Yay! Hi, H Money. Welcome back. Would you do a wiener wedding, Kirby?
Yeah, who's doing wiener weddings? Who's on board?
So it's going to be, or was parked outside of the Little White Little White Wedding Chapel in Vegas. It was yesterday and the day before, the 15th and 16th, for the Wienermobile of Love event. My goodness. Couples who sign up for a time slot on OscarMayer.com will be treated to an all-expense paid wedding ceremony outside the Wienermobile and led by Oscar Mayer employees known as hot doggers.
Yeah.
Each ceremony will feature performances by a Wiener Whistle Quartet and serve up a wonderfully odd wiener cake. What is a wiener cake and what is a Wiener Whistle Quartet? I'm very intrigued about this. So
Wiener Whistle Quartet.
it receives thousands of requests each year that Wienermobile to make stops at weddings. So now, as more people seek stress-free ceremonies with their partners, our hot doggers are thrilled to reignite the joy of this special day and give them a once-in-a-lifetime experience, a wedding through a pair of meat-colored glasses, they said.
Okay. Yeah.
Wiener cake.
Wiener cake. See, Sarah, you didn't miss all the dick jokes. We got wieners.
The Wienermobile of love. I like it.
Yeah, I'm kind of liking that.
I like it. I think it'd be really fun.
You know, I'm up for it. I would go to a wiener wedding.
Oh my god, I totally would. Now I'm really hungry and I want hot dogs.
I could do a hot dog.
Dude. That's so funny. Oh my god. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. Hey, Buttery, what's up there, bud?
Hi, Buttery. Hello, hello.
Yeah. Nice to see ya, my friend. Okay. Oh, you're just in time, Buttery, for a mysterious creature from Louisiana.
Ooh. We got mysterious creatures.
We do. We do have a mysterious creature. So there's a city park in Louisiana, and there was a very bizarre creature that nobody knows what it is. They're trying to figure it out. They don't know. Nobody knows yet. I don't know if there's an update. This was a few days ago. Maybe they have some kind of update on it, but it's super weird.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck it is. It doesn't make any sense.
Chupacabra.
So let's put on the large video here.
There's something strange swimming in the lagoons of City Park. You'd see it there. No one knows what it is. WGNO's Kenny Lopez joins us live from City Park with what he's learned. Kenny?
You know,
Okay. Good job,
LBJ
guys.
and Susie, here in Louisiana,
Maybe
we
a
have
cryptid.
lots of creatures
know,
like
maybe.
alligators and nutria, but several visitors to City Park recently have spotted
What?
something that they've never seen before.
Weird.
We looked into the water and saw a mysterious serpent-like creature. It's nothing I've ever seen before on land or in sea.
Lurking in the lagoon waters of New Orleans City Park
I
is
like her.
this mysterious creature.
The great people of the internet seem to think that it's a genetically modified carp that was created in a lab and released in City Park.
Kim Frashante and her family spotted this freaky fish-like creature a few days ago while walking through the sculpture garden.
My children were a combination of terrified and excited, as many children would be seeing such a beast in City Park. It was quite long. I have a 4-year-old, I would say slightly smaller than him. It was weaving on the surface and had a lot of scales. The tail was red. It was swishing around aimlessly and hanging out on the surface a lot longer than a normal fish would hang out.
Yeah,
Kim's the
that's
founder
what,
of the preschool
weird
Early
to me.
Partners, where they are doing a
Speaking of
deep dive
cryptids.
investigation.
Into sea creatures, and we have not seen anything like this before in our books.
It's not a shark. Maybe a giant catfish.
I am pretty
Maybe
well
it's giant
convinced
catfish.
is the Loch Ness
That was,
monster.
honestly,
of New
that's what I
Orleans.
kind of thought was giant catfish.
Really?
Now, we
Yeah.
reached out to
But the
City
fins don't
Park
look-
to try to find out what this
Wow.
The end. Okay.
Fuck that guy, I guess.
Yeah, this guy. We're tired of this guy.
Jeez.
He was way too jolly when it started, so they were like, you know what, cut him off. I liked his stance when they cut to him. He's like, it's like ready to go.
Yeah, I wonder what it is.
Yeah, can you go back to the scene again where it's like a close up?
Yeah.
Right there at the end where it was a close up hanging out. Let's look at the fins on this thing. Because honestly, that's I thought giant catfish too.
Giant catfish.
I am pretty well
Yeah,
convinced.
there.
God damn it.
I mean, it could be a giant catfish. Catfish
Do
or
they just, like-
carp or something like
But
that.
the catfish are bottom dwellers. They don't hang out on the top of the water just
They
chilling.
are. But we've also had, I mean, like with our fish, where their floaters get fucked up and they end up like floating and they have to like swim to stay down. Maybe it's something like that where it's got some fish sickness. Because, yeah, that's for a fish that size to be hanging out on the top of the water like that is weird. Like, they don't do that.
It's weird.
Yeah. And around that area, a catfish would make sense. But she said that the fin kind of has some red on it, so maybe it's like a carp or bass or something like that doing something weird. But I think it's probably a fish that's got some kind of sickness.
Probably.
Yeah.
But as Rich said, it had a red tail.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, fish is broken. Yeah, this fish is broken.
Good night, Waybug. Or, well, good day. Sorry,
Yeah.
I have to remind myself that you are. And tomorrow.
Yes.
I hope that your day is good.
Good day.
For sure. And we look forward to seeing you back again soon. We love you. You're
Yeah.
the coolest.
Definitely.
So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe the fish is broken.
I think it's a broken fish.
It might be a broken fish.
But yeah, something like a catfish or carp or bass or something like that keeps growing and they just get bigger and bigger. They do have large ones. And then if it's something where it's sick or it's like, you know, got, I don't know, fucked up floater.
It
It's
could be a
broken,
fucked
it's
up floater.
Broken fish.
It could.
But, yeah, because it's weird for it to be up on top like that. And the only time that we've ever seen our fish do that is when their floaters are kind of
That's
messed up.
very true.
And they get tired and they hang out up on the top of the water until you poke them and they swim down. But yeah,
Okay.
but that's fun.
Yeah. I thought so.
Might also be a chupacabra fish. We don't know.
I mean, fucking could.
Could be.
You never know what it could even be.
No.
Maybe it is some kind of crazy creature we've never seen the likes of ever. They just popped back up. It's a broken fish that needs to be poked with a stick. 100%.
Yeah, you gotta poke it. Go back down, fish.
That's the only
go.
answer. Oh, man. I missed a really good segue earlier. Dang it. Talking about the rats and nutrias.
Yeah.
Remember we were talking about maybe 2 months ago about how New York City was looking for a rat czar?
Mm-hmm.
They found a rat czar.
Oh, good. Okay.
Oh, yeah. They
New York's new rat czar.
hired
They've been crowned.
a rat
I
czar.
dubbed the rat czar.
Yes. There we go. New York City Mayor Eric Adams announces the appointment of former school teacher Kathleen Karate as the city's first ever director of rodent mitigation, also known as Rat Czar.
All right.
Boom. So,
Oh, she looks like a tough rat czar, man.
right? She
is.
does.
She's
I want to
gonna
fuck with
whip
her.
these rats into shape.
Yep.
Look
They're
at
going
rats.
down. So, New York City has done a lot recently when it comes to fighting public enemy number one, rats. But it was clear we needed someone solely focused on leading our rat reduction efforts across all 5 boroughs. That's fucking tough, dude.
Yeah.
And today I'm proud to announce Kathy Karate as the New York City's first ever rat czar. That is some shit, dude. That was a hard job.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Right.
New York City records show sightings increased dramatically last year with almost 21,600 rat complaints through the end of September, which was an increase of 74%. Oh, shit.
Damn.
From the same time period in 2020.
That's a big increase in rat complaints.
Hold on, that's a big increase. So could it be maybe because in 2020 people weren't on the street, so they weren't fucking with them, so they were able to like breed a whole fucking shitload, and then they went like out of control because they had
Maybe.
like run of the land.
Yeah, that could be. Or they all just kind of moved up above ground instead of staying down away from everything, and they got used to it. Now they all live above ground, which they didn't really before. Maybe they were all staying in the subways and like sewers and stuff, and then all the people disappeared, so they started venturing out.
Yeah,
Maybe.
and they could have been eating through walls, breaking into people's restaurants and shops and stuff like that, where
Yeah.
they didn't even
Wall
they weren't
places.
there to see it. They were closed.
Yeah, while places were closed. That's a good
They
thought.
just made a bunch of babies in all these places. That's
Yeah.
where all the rat complaints I bet came from. They're like, oh no, I go into my business after all this time and there's a rat to babies.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know what accent that was, but it was, you know,
Yeah, it was kinda
it's
like
a melting pot.
It was like an Asian Italian.
I don't know. But they announced a $3.5 million investment to reduce rats.
Okay. Wonder how they're going to do that. We're going to release tigers in the sewers.
The money will go towards 19 full-time staff and 14 seasonal staff, in addition to bait, traps, sensors, and fumigation machines. The money will also be used to harden floors in public housing to prevent rat burrowing.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So there you go. I hope it works. I hope it works for her. At the first director of rodent mitigation, I'm excited to bring science and a systems-based approach to fighting rats. New York might be famous for the pizza rat, but rats and the conditions that help them thrive will no longer be tolerated.
We're not tolerating.
No more dirty curbs, unmanaged spaces, or brazen burrowing. I look forward to sending the rats packing.
Yeah.
Fucking A. So that chick's pretty badass.
Yeah.
She
No,
said
very good.
pizza rat, and I really want
pizza rat.
pizza.
Yeah.
How late do they deliver pizza?
Till like 11 probably.
Damn it. 10:55. It's fucking bullshit. That sounded really good.
Pizza would be good.
Oh, you ate pizza for dinner? Now I want pizza. My restaurant owner voice is some Asian Italian person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Is the one near us open until midnight? Because I will order some pizza right fucking now.
Let's see. It might be midnight. Let's see if we can do that.
I'm not joking. I'm hungry.
I'm pretty hungry too.
And that would give us more time to cover more fun stuff in the meanwhile. While they bring us delicious foods. We're checking this
I'm
out
gonna
right
check.
now.
I'll check and see. If we
Good.
can do this. Says 29 minutes.
Really?
What it says.
Pizza. Let's do pizza. Sorry, I know we're doing a show and everything, but like pizza just sounded really good. And time's running out for pizza.
Yeah.
You know?
But
You can all take a snack break. Dusty knows the ways. Is that the right story? It is right? Yeah, it
I
knows
think
the
we're-
right stories.
Yeah, there's no hours or anything that I'm really trying to find. Because the website says I can, but
When you just Google it, it should tell you right away. The one that's closer, right?
yeah, it popped up, but there's no hours or anything telling me when the store.
Why would it not give
Oh,
you
it says
hours?
until midnight. Okay.
Sick. Okay. Ooh, Florida Man for today's date. Okay. I'll look up Florida Man
Okay.
real quick. And you order pizza.
Yeah.
Pineapple and fucking salami. Pan pizza. With some fucking
I mean, locked out for seating,
Parmesan
but-
bites.
Okay.
That's gonna be the way. Okay. Florida Man, April 17th. Oh my
Do you remember your login for the thing? You probably don't.
god. Nope. But I have a whole thing we could do it on my phone. Because it knows me. And we have points or whatever.
Yeah, that's not weird. What you do on your phone?
Okay. So, Dusty's going to read you this Florida Man. April 17th, and this was 2020.
Oh, okay. That sounds fun.
Okay. Go.
Okay. April 17th. Florida man encases self in concrete at governor's mansion. That's one decision you could be making. Let's see. If there's pictures, I'll show it, but I'm not seeing any pictures. A Florida man encased himself in concrete Friday outside the governor's mansion in the state capital, apparently to protest prison conditions related to corona. Okay. Tallahassee police spokesperson said that the man, identified as a 28-year-old Jordan Mazurek, put PVC pipes horizontally into two 55-gallon plastic drums filled with concrete with some sort of a mechanism that locked his arms in place. He was first spotted at about 6 a.m. outside the fence surrounding the mansion and was eventually freed at about 10:30 a.m. Well, that wasn't very long. They should have let him sit there a little bit longer to protest. And like 4.5 hours each. Come on. The Tallahassee Democrat reported that one of Mazurek's drums was painted in white letters with the words "Stop the Massacre." The other read "Free prisoners now." Free prisoners for everyone. Get your own prisoner. The man also wore what appeared to be a surgical mask. Well, yeah, it's COVID. Mazurek is a sociologist originally from Fort Worth, Texas, who now lives in Florida and is a co-creator of a group called Campaign to Fight Toxic Prisons. The newspaper reported that Mai Azad, that's a good name, a spokeswoman for the group, said that they did not organize the protest, but they were aware of it. we didn't tell him to do it, but he just kind of did. This was an escalation to show some people in power that we are serious, they said. Our end goal is that everyone in prison should be released. Wait, Our end goal is that everyone in prison should be released.
What?
But it should start with the most vulnerable. I don't know about all that.
That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, yeah, just really open the doors. Everyone in prison. On its website, the group said this about the protest. In the past weeks, community members warned the governor of the public health disaster that would take place inside and outside the so-called correctional facilities if nothing is done to prevent the spread of the virus. Oh, we got a new follow.
Hello,
Realm
new
of
follower.
Blue Fire. Realm of Blue Fire. Oh, is that?
I bet it's Eli.
Is that an Eli? Witches and Warlocks? We got an Eli? There's always a blue realms and fires.
Yes. Hello,
You can
Eli.
always tell
Thank you
when
for
it's an Eli.
joining
Hi, Eli.
us. We're happy to have you.
So yeah, they said that they warned the governor of the public health disaster that would take place inside and outside of the so-called correctional facilities if nothing is done to prevent the spread of the virus. Quote, today's demonstration happened after other avenues were exhausted and after infection rates have been climbing daily in Florida's prisons, jails, and detention centers, the website said. It wasn't easy getting Mazurek out, police said. He refused to let go, so we ended up having to use heavy equipment to extract him. We had to chop his arms off. The heavy equipment included jackhammers and other equipment. Police said that he will be charged with restricting or obstructing access without violence and was given a traffic ticket for blocking the roadway. Good. This week, prisoner rights advocates in a caravan of about 20 vehicles circled the Capitol complex and the Department of Corrections headquarters, chanting and shouting through megaphones. They demanded that inmates in Florida prisons and jails be released to stop the spread of coronavirus behind bars. You can't just release prisoners.
Yeah, that's a really weird thing to suggest.
Yeah.
It is a good idea.
This says, DeSantis was in Fort Lauderdale on Friday morning for a coronavirus news conference. First Lady Casey DeSantis, however, was seen by news media pushing children in a swing while the man was extracted. Okay, so she's out there playing on the park with her kids while they're taking the guy out. What are they talking about? Release everyone from prison. You gotta let everyone out of prison because corona. No, why don't you just make them all wear masks and sanitize?
I mean, that's easy, right?
That's real easy. That's ridiculous. Florida. It doesn't show pictures of how the dude encased himself, but from what I'm gathering, he put his arms in a thing and was like chained to these things, and then they had concrete in this PVC pipe that they had to cut in order to get whatever he was handcuffed to off, is what I was able to pick out of that.
Super weird.
But yeah, that's like,
should we do that? It's so funny. We were inspired by pizza, and I was gonna order pizza, and it sounds good.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't need.
Oh, that's a lot.
I don't need those. We have a lot of things going on at the moment.
Okay.
But yeah,
86 my lava cake crunches.
Lava cakes. Good. Yes, but we've got snacks. We have.
Fair enough.
We have things around, and we just bought a bunch of food from the grocery store yesterday. Yeah.
That we ate at our party.
We ate some of it. I was still munching on it earlier today. We got the biggest grapes.
We did get the biggest grapes.
Lifetime.
Oh, Eli, yes, I do love it. I'm very sorry that I didn't contact you about that. Thank you for bringing that by. Yesterday was an extremely busy day. I got up and had to get set up we did a memorial makeup making party, and I had to bust ass and get everything ready, and then I had a house full of people, and then I was cleaning until 7 o'clock in the morning, and then I woke up and got ready for this fucking podcast. Yeah. So I'm so sorry. I did not mean to dismiss the kindness that you did. Thank you so much. I love it. We actually lit the candle yesterday.
Yeah, and it smells really good. We totally lit that candle.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. I heard the dinging, the doorbells, and I was like, what the fuck? And later on, Dusty, we were like in the middle of shit, and he's like, Eli, I brought this candle and these fucking stickers, and it's awesome. And I was like, that's awesome. And I was like, I don't have time to do that.
But yeah, I
was
lit
really
it and it smelled good. And then I went to the store and I came back and the whole house smelled really good. And I was like, that candle is working really well.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
But yeah, I was the only one you didn't wake up, actually. I happened to be awake. I just got up a little bit before that. I had things to do. So I got up to try and be productive. And it just took me a minute to get to the door because I was on the phone. But yeah, that's too early for this household. No one here.
Yeah.
Like, if it's
I
before
know.
3, it's iffy.
It's iffy. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
No, but we appreciate you stopping by and bringing presents. That was awesome. Loved it.
Yes. No, it was really great. Thank you very much for bringing us something very sweet.
Yeah. And yeah, that
Appreciate
candle
you.
was really good. I liked it.
It is. It's
Smelled up
really
the whole house.
cute.
We burned it most of the day.
Thank you very much. It was very kind of you. I'm sorry I did not respond in proper form, but it was extenuating circumstances.
Yeah, and all the stickers. Thank you for those stickers.
Yeah.
We'll
Dude,
put
you're
those on
awesome.
things.
Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, no, we don't leave the house with a lit candle.
No, who would do that? That's a terrible
Why would you
idea.
do that? We have enough people in this house. There's always someone here anyway.
I mean, not good. But I mean, a lot of times, even too, like it was pretty safe. I've never had a fire with a candle, and I have a lot of candles that I've
got
done
a lot
over
of
many
candles.
years, so it's probably
true.
fine. But I definitely make sure to be mindful of that kind of stuff when we leave, just in case.
Yeah. I'm more worried about the cats walking by and brushing their tail
Mm-hmm.
across it. Like, we've definitely had some little hairs on the cat tails get singed because they don't know what fire is, apparently.
Isis went and sniffed it one time. We're like, oh my god.
What is wrong with you?
And she's old
You
too.
can't
Like,
sniff fire.
come on, man, we have candles all the time. We're crazy.
Oh no, princess. I left later, but everybody was up in the house by the time I left.
Yeah, he brought us the candle earlier in the day, and we lit it while we were doing our event.
Yeah, and then
here
I went to the
at
store while
the
they did
house,
things.
yeah. Yep. I was there.
Yeah,
It was safe.
her and
Lovely.
Tavia
I
were
was
there.
busting ass trying to get set up for this whole makeup making party, which was actually really fun.
It was fun.
It was super fun. We made makeup with the remains of our friend who is no longer with us. And that's exactly what she wanted. And I'm wearing it on my face right now. This is makeup I made yesterday. It is black with glitters in it and a little bit of Kahlua in there. So it was fun. We had a bunch of people. And we did a good job. It was really cool.
Oh, good. Yeah, you. Please keep breathing.
You're so funny. You're a
Like,
little worry.
You lit a candle
You're
and
such a
left?
mom. You're so cute.
Yeah, no, we did not do that.
You are so funny. I appreciate you.
And we don't do it with space heaters either. We're very cautious with our space heaters.
Yep. Yep.
Which I
Although I do
just-
leave the coffee pot on sometimes when I leave. I know that. On
At
occasion.
least it turns off on its own.
It does. It does. Okay, so in the next order of news, this is pretty crazy. I don't know who would do this. I would never do it. But somebody decided to chuck $200,000 out of their car on an Oregon highway to bless others.
What? Okay, cool.
I
This-
mean, if you're going to do it, there's better ways to go about it. The response that he got legally was, I think, not very nice. It was counterproductive, although I understand what they're saying. You can't just throw it out on a highway because then people are stopping on a highway, running in the highway to pick up money. That's not very blessful.
No,
You could put it in people's mailboxes.
it's true.
You could donate it to certain places. You could stash it in some
Stash it in
places
random
or something
places.
like that. You
Totally.
could call Domino's Pizza and say the next fucking 300 people that order pizza, it's free. That's blessing others.
Yeah, I'm paying for every order tomorrow.
Yes, you could do that. But instead, he decided to go down the 5 in Eugene.
Wow. Did your mom find you
A
that? She
fucking A.
should go drive around.
I know, right? But they were saying, do not try to stop and find the money. Don't do it.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Whatever.
You're telling a bunch of Eugene meth heads to not stop and look for money on the side of
Right?
the road? Totally.
He was not charged with the crime, but they said that what was it, that he could be in trouble for
Littering.
for
and-
littering. Yeah, for littering,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Like, he's not charged with a crime, but you're littering. And that is, I mean, that's not very nice, of creating a hazard on the highway. Like, I get where he's coming from,
That is
trying to do a nice thing.
true. That's true.
But, like, yeah, it's not safe for people to be pulling off on the side of the 5 freeway and running in the middle of the road to go pick up $100 bills.
Yeah, you got people running around the middle of the highway.
Like, that's not safe. That's not good. I feel
7
you.
people
that's
died
not,
today in a 40
that's
car
not good.
pile up running around trying to catch money. Yeah.
So, the fucking popo went out and got the money, apparently. Which sucks. And they said that they searched and they didn't find any more.
So what are the police doing with it?
That's a good
Just
fucking question.
We're just keeping this. It's a donation to the city type of thing. Like,
I don't know.
put it in their evidence locker.
It doesn't say what they're planning on doing,
Hmm.
but it does say that.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
Yep.
I would want to know where that money went. And if he's rich, he can pay whatever littering fine. You know, if he can throw $200,000
Yeah.
out of his car, he can obviously pay whatever fine.
Yeah, no, they probably pocketed that shit and went and got fucking lobster dinners and fucking
Oh, yeah. Heck
whatever,
yeah.
did whatever with it.
Heck yeah, that's the best job those cops ever had. We have to go collect money from the side of the road. Cool.
And even on this article, they specified where the mile marker is that it was thrown. So like they're being very specific.
Definitely
but
do
saying,
not go stop your-
officers said there's no leftover cash. We didn't find any, so don't go look for it. But yeah, what they did, they did say that that other drivers stopped and quickly grabbed the bills, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I bet they did.
that the cops basically said no, don't do that, and then took whatever else. So yeah, that's
Said-
weird.
I guess Sarah asked if this was the guy who emptied his family's bank account. I don't know, but it does say that it does seem that the money came from McCarthy's family's shared bank account. Was it McCarthy?
Yep. The
David.
guy is 38, and
Oh.
apparently he just withdrew $200,000 and chucked it out of his fucking car. Who does that?
And who has a shared bank account with their family?
I mean, it could be his wife.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Like,
That makes sense. I guess that counts as families, too.
oh my God.
I guess wives count as families.
I would hope so. Thank you. Yeah, so that is interesting. So mile marker 192 off the 5 in Eugene. Don't look for it because
Don't
there's
stop
no
and
money
look
there.
It's obviously blown over to the next mile marker by
Obviously.
now.
Obviously.
So mile marker 196.
Yes.
Or 194. Go look at those.
Yes. Yeah.
That's funny. Littering and...
That was really funny.
Littering and...
Yeah, Eugene and Portland smell like patchouli and money.
I guess.
So I don't know if he emptied the bank account, but he definitely took it from his bank account. I mean, if you're chucking $200,000, and I imagine you probably have enough money to do that.
Yeah, your bank
for-
account probably didn't care that was gone.
Probably not. Oh, also, I have to tell you guys that it is International Bat Appreciation Day.
Oh, hooray!
Yay! Happy Bat Appreciation Day
Sweet, happy
to
Bat Day.
everyone. If I would have thought about it earlier, which I didn't, I would have brought all of our taxidermied bats down for show and tell.
Yep, would have worn the
That'd
bat
be cool.
onesie.
Yep, littering and smoking the reefer.
Littering and...
For sure. So, yeah. Look at this little fucking cute ass bat.
That's pretty cute. It's a pretty cute little bat. I like that guy.
Yes. So this day, Appreciation Day, was designed to dispel myths about the flying mammals and spread the word of the benefits the creatures have for the ecosystem. It was spearheaded by a U.S. nonprofit group, Bat Conservation International, which leads conservation efforts for various bat species around the world. So that's nice of them to do that. It has been a thing since 2013, which is lovely. And from pollination to pest control, seed dispersal, and ecotourism, billions of bats are out there every night supporting human and wildlife health. Good.
Okay.
Good. And in Ontario, they declared April 9th to the 15th to be Bat Awareness and Appreciation Week.
Ooh.
In 2012.
Gotta one up us a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So, also, holidays of today is Ellis Island Family History Day. Interesting.
Okay.
Ford Mustang Day, man.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Herbalist Day. Malbec World Day.
Malbec World.
They made a fucking day for one kind of wine. Okay. National Cheese Ball Day. Sick. That's fun.
Sick.
National Haiku Poetry Day. And National Kickball Day.
Oh.
You know what? That reminds me. I used to look up all the time what the national holidays are for the day, and we talk about it, and I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that too. We haven't done that.
That reminds me to make sure to do that.
I'm curious about the Malbec World Day. Malbec is a wine. World. Why is world in there? Malbec World Day. Is Malbec World like a amusement park? Welcome
For
to Malbec
winos.
World for wine.
Okay. Let's see.
I don't get it.
It's an annual observance celebrated on April 17th to commemorate the day on which President Domingo Faustino of Argentina did something. Hold on.
In which they did something.
Officially made it his mission to transform Argentina's wine industry. Okay, so someone was like, hey, we should bring new wines to Argentina. And they brought Malbec. And then they continued experimenting with the adaptation of French varietals. And then there was the Great French Wine Blight affected the Rhone region. Oh, shit. Okay. So that's not good. So maybe they took over. They held the torch for the Malbec because the Rhone region was fucked up in France. So Malbec throughout the world. So Malbec World Day. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so it's Dia Mundial del Malbec. Okay, Malbec throughout the world. Okay, so we're just saying Malbec World Day, but it's Malbec throughout the world day. Okay,
Yes.
gotcha. Not an amusement park. Damn it. Okay, fine.
Nope, it's not, but I think there should be. That
There
would be
should a
pretty cool.
Malbec Day. Malbec World.
Okay, so the Argentine Malbec has done very good. And that's awesome. So now we learned.
No, we weren't.
We're also going to look about National Cheese Ball Day.
Oh, yeah. What is a National Cheese Ball Day?
I don't know. I'm going to find out.
Yeah, cheese balls like the cheese poofs, or like
Usually cheese balls are
little
the round
balls
ones
of
that have
mozzarella.
the nuts on the outside, I believe.
aren't they usually in log form? Oh, I guess yeah.
No, they're
they
cheese
got
balls.
The balls, okay.
Yeah, Cheese Ball Day. I
Okay,
love
yeah.
cheese balls, dude. I really love them. I
know
don't
if
eat
I've
them
ever
very.
actually had a cheese
Really? I really like them a lot. I don't get them very often. I should think about those when it's like a potluck. Bring something. You should bring a fucking
What
cheese
kind
ball,
of
dude.
cheese is it?
It's usually like creamy kind of cheese. They're different kinds, but a lot of times it's like cheddar or whatever, but it's like creamy version of it. I don't know what it's mixed with, but they're good. I've actually been to places where you make them where it's like cream cheese and then other chunks of cheese mixed in. So,
Okay,
let's see. Okay.
I support it.
So, Cheese Ball Day recognized as a party food that can sometimes be a centerpiece of a spread. You can choose from two ways to celebrate. 2. Or plan your party and serve both. National Cheese Ball Day. A cheese spread comes in the shape of a ball served with crackers, most often around Christmas in the U.S. Cheese ball is commonly made with softened cream cheese and other ingredients. Or cheese puffs are a puffed corn snack coated with a mixture of cheese or cheese-flavored powders. Yep. So you
Okay.
can do whatever you want with the
Cheese
cheese
puffs or
balls.
cheese balls. So any kind of cheese in a ball form, really.
Oh yeah, the wine cheddar. Yep.
Yeah. Good looking for
How to
cheese ball
observe
recipe.
National Cheese Ball Day. Pick your favorite type of cheese ball and get snacking. Share your favorite with someone.
Just
I'll share my
someone.
favorite with you sometime.
Okay.
Make up your favorite cheese ball recipe or snack on the cheese puff variety. The choice is yours. They're so open-ended. They're so supportive of your cheese ball choices. It's very nice.
This is very true. It's very inclusive.
And you remember to share a picture of your cheese ball on social media using hashtag National Cheese Ball Day.
There's going to be a festival. There's going to be a cheese ball festival coming. There's got to be one.
Okay, here's some history. Oh, it says history, but then it just does a Q&A. Okay. National Day calendar continues to research the origins of the splendid food holiday. It doesn't give you any
We continue to
information.
research because we haven't actually done any yet, but we're continuing.
Nope. How do I prevent crackers from breaking when scooping the cheese ball?
Oh, good question.
What's the answer?
I don't know.
It says it right there.
Oh, answer. A cheese knife should be used to carve a bit of the cheese ball away and spread it on the cracker. Also, allow the cheese ball to come to room temperature before serving.
Okay.
That's good advice. I feel like that's good advice.
Hey, but can I freeze any leftover cheese balls?
Good. Also, very good question. Turns out, yes. To avoid causing the cheese to dry out, first wrap it well with freezer wrap, then chill in the refrigerator for several hours. I would assume you chill the cheese in the refrigerator. Don't just like chill in your refrigerator. You
chilling.
shouldn't just be chilling in your own refrigerator. It's not good for you. And then store it in an airtight freezer-safe container and store in the freezer for up to a month. You can have a cheese ball safe for
Why
up
would
to a
you
month.
ever want to freeze a cheese ball? Eat the fucking
Just
cheese
eat the
ball.
cheese ball. Best way
Eat the cheese ball,
is
dude.
to eat the cheese ball.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Well, for Kalila's party, we're doing a potluck. Maybe I will make a cheese ball
Oh, yeah.
in honor of National Cheese Ball.
What's
Day.
the largest cheese ball? Is there a world record for the largest cheese ball?
Oh my god.
Probably gotta be, right?
Let's see.
If not, can we make one? How do we do one? How much cheese do we need?
I don't know, but I like your style.
And also, I'm thinking if you're, if you made cheese balls and, you want to share it with anyone, as the article was saying, you could throw 200,000 of them out the window as you're going down the highway. Through
Cheese
Oregon.
ball world records. Get out of here.
Okay, now we're talking. 0 records found. Oh.
Oh, we could
This was-
do it.
This was tricky. This website has a section for cheese ball world records, but no world records to be.
I would love to make
put
the
in there.
world's largest cheese ball.
Yeah.
That would be an amazing. We've been trying to figure out what is a Guinness World Record that we can go for,
cheese ball.
and I would love to be the cheese ball world record holder.
Oh yeah,
I could do it.
I believe that. I
Oh,
have
could-
faith in
I
you.
could fucking do that shit. And we would eat it.
Yep, we'll share it with all our friends. Mm-hmm. Everyone's invited.
Oh, you got a recipe for a cheese ball?
But I bet,
Good.
Guinness is going to have all kinds of stipulations. It's going to have to be a certain level of round. And it's going to have nuts on the outside. It's got to be covered in nuts, for sure. And
Oh, nuts.
I don't know.
Oh, shit, we got 4 minutes to pizza.
Oh, 4 minutes to pizza.
All right. Well, we should call it a fucking night after all this talk about cheese balls and delicious things, and we got pizza coming. Fuck yeah.
We're going to go roll our pizza into balls.
Yes.
That's a bummer that there's no cheese
do
ball
it.
world records. I'm surprised at that.
I know, but there will
Somebody's
be
failing.
soon enough.
There's going
I'm
to be.
going to figure that out.
How many cheese balls can I eat in a night?
But we can find
About
out.
1.5.
We can find out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks for hanging out with us, everyone.
Yeah, everybody. I had a great time hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, we appreciate all of you.
We'll be back on Wednesday
Yeah.
to see you guys again. Don't know for what, but it'll be good.
For
Whatever
something.
it is going to be good.
Whatever it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Figure out something. we're doing.
And good luck tomorrow, Kirby.
yeah.
Make it through
good
this
luck.
week. You'll be
You got it.
fine.
Yeah. Go in late. Don't feel bad.
You'll be fine.
Whatever.
No, fuck all that shit.
Yeah.
Do it. Don't matter.
It don't matter.
Okay. So, should we rate out? Let's go check out our owl friends.
Okay. Are they going right now? They still
They
going?
are. Okay.
they're
I
going.
literally have to go grab cash for the pizza person. So I'm going to bid you fond adieu. And Dusty's going to raid you guys out. I'm going to check out our little owl friend. And I appreciate you guys very much. And we'll see you on Wednesday. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're raiding out. We're raiding. She's getting money. We're raiding. We're going to hang out. You guys ready for this? Who's ready? I'm ready. Look at all those cheese emotes. Eli's got all the cheese emotes. I like it. Yeah. And yeah, Kirby, we covered dicks, beavers, balls, wieners. We got all of it. Were there any butt jokes? Did we have butt jokes? Talked about Trump for a second. That's a butt. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna raid out. Are you guys ready? You guys ready for this? We're raiding. Yeah, we're gonna go see some Hootie Owls. Hootie and Winkler. Thank all of you so much for hanging out with us. We appreciate every single one of you. And we will see you Wednesday. Yeah. Bye, everyone.